Good morning and welcome to Oxford Downs here for today's match between Stoke Green and Oxford Downs. Stoke Green won the toss and elected to bat. I've got Bear here in the commentary box. He's not here yet, as you can see. I think he's just having a quick comfort break. Later today we will have Matt Watts also commentating, although he's watching the rugby at the moment. I think the rugby kicks off at 11 o'clock for all you rugby fans out there. I'm not a rugby fan. I think it's because I was forced to play rugby when I was at school and I just wasn't any good at it. There again, I wasn't any good at cricket or football either. I'll see whether I can get up who is going to open the batting for Stoke Green. Gagan Singh and Kanaparat Singh. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. Kanaparat Singh. If anybody from Stoke Green, please is at the ground, please feel free to come across and correct me on that. They've just actually changed the opening batter. It's Atish. Anathar. Right. I imagine it'll be Losbrock opening the bowling from the house end. A little less windy today, which is good. Forecast looks good. I think the sun will be out in force later, looking at the forecast. So I don't think Oxford Downs will be too disappointed that they're bowling first. Osbrock left arm over. That's a big wide. That's a dead ball, I think. Slipped out of his hand. Not even certain where it went. Second attempt. Shiny new ball. So yeah, a little bit of breeze. Very green top as well. That will be, oh. Of course, in this longer format of cricket, the wides are not so stringently enforced. There's the first run. Here comes the bear. Oh, wicket. I wasn't even looking up.
Oh.
Sorry, Bear. It's kind of looking down. You in? We good? I think that was bowled, wasn't it?
What should see on here? Yeah, bowled.
That's 1 for 1.
Want to do a sound check?
Yeah, you're good. I can do a quick sound check and say something.
Testing. I'm here.
Yeah, you're all good.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Matt. Lovely to see you.
How you doing?
So,
I've just hot-legged it from Royal Holloway, where we were having our staff day. Missed a lot of action. The first attempted ball of the day was quite interesting. It went straight up in the air and ended up at extra cover without going anywhere near the batsman. Then the next one was a lifting delivery from just outside the off stump. The batsman fended it away and they got one. And then the third ball bowled him. So, interesting start to the fourth ball.
Yeah, fourth ball.
Interesting start to the day. It's humid. Ball should swing. There's a stump in the middle of the pitch over there.
I'll go and move it.
Yes, so it's been a fun morning so far.
A second, I'll just move that slowly.
The new batsman is Nadu Sanka, coming out to join Athanti. And Tharthi. I have to get the names right. It'll take me a bit of time, but I will. So good for Loz. Got an echo, is that coming out of those?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I can turn that down 2 seconds. Let me just check it's okay. Yeah, we're good. A little bit loud, I think.
Going down the leg side, I suspect, on that one. Slanting down. Loz is going to have to straighten it quite a lot to get an LBW. But great stuff, great areas from Loz. Good start to the day. It is overcast. It's definitely. Do you know who won the toss? Sorry, I've just arrived.
They won the toss.
So they won the toss and decided to bat. They probably saw what happened last week and decided that they want to risk us ripping through them later on in the day. 4 balls in. That was the third ball. This is now the fourth or the fifth ball.
So I'm going to play for the fourth team today.
Yes, I heard that, Matt. Congratulations. Are you looking to increase your career best to 15?
16.
Is it 16?
Yeah. I've only played 4 times though.
4 times ever. And so what's your average?
4, I guess.
That doesn't, even with my basic mathematical ability, I makes the other scores all 0.
Well, I didn't bat in one of them.
All right. Okay, well, we've got 8 people watching. This early days yet, but if you're watching, could you please? The Stoke Green boys have all said that their friends and family have been informed about our reprobate behaviour in here, and they're all very much looking forward to hearing this. So, if you're from Stoke Green and you want to interact, there is a chat line. Also, I don't mean a chat line like that. Although, if you want a chat line like that, that's my other number, 086. No. If you want to subscribe, just press the subscribe button. It costs no money whatsoever, and it will edge us closer to Adele and Taylor Swift and Oprah Winfrey.
So Oprah Winfrey got a lot of subscribers.
Oprah Winfrey, oh, she's massive, yeah.
She?
Even though she looks like Ian Wright in drag. The Bish the Water Boys going under the thing. Sorry, I think firing down the leg side probably. I think so. But we're not behind the bowler's arm here, so we couldn't tell definitively. So Bish seems to have a gigantic Winnebago over there, but he says it's not his. It's like he's transferred from a bungalow into a country mansion.
We had that for the Black Sheep Tennis Club game last night.
Oh, was it? And how did that go?
We lost by 1 run.
Did you get any runs in that?
I didn't bat. We had 13 players, so we had a 24-over game, so it was a bit dark when we finished.
Yeah, but it was. Well, yes, but it's that time of the year. We're only just past the longest day. Right, so we've got Captain Matt Warnes is opening the bowling from the chapel end. We have 3 slips, a gully, an extra cover, a square cover. No third man, boo. That's well bowled, good areas. We have a mid-off, we have a mid-on, and we have a fine leg. So I'm not expecting Warnes to stray onto the leg stump whatsoever. In fact, I'm not expecting him to stray onto middle and leg at all, because there is a very open leg side, but he's obviously expected to swing it away from the batsman. First, we've got Freddie Barrett keeper. Obviously, we've got first slip Tom Costley, second Tom Cosford, second slip Tom Costley. That's good stuff. Ball only just carried to Freddie. Third slip is, by the amount of chat that's happening, looks like is it George? Yeah, there's a lot of silly chat happening, so I'm guessing it's George. And the incredibly good-looking Luke Maslin's at gully. Obviously Maggott in his favourite position of short extra cover, and square cover looks like it's Eto. We're getting Barnes at lunchtime, understandably, apparently. So if you're listening, Barnes, very much looking forward to having you back on a Saturday in the comms. We obviously had the midweek session, which was great fun.
A good game, that.
The only trouble is, commentating at that time of night, the sun is right in at your eyes. I mean, I'm not complaining about the sun, but it is right in at your eyes, and but it was good. It was a really good victory. I thought we batted incredibly well in that. brilliant. And with Ethan and Tom Costley got us over the line very professionally.
I did think we lost it with about 4 overs to go. We needed like
Well,
45
we
runs.
said in the comms, we need to accelerate right now, otherwise this is going to be tricky. And bang, they just did it. It was a joy to watch. So anyway, this is the first time that Stoke Green have probably ever been here. This is the first time that we've played them. I don't think we've ever played them before that I'm aware of. And they've done really well to get up to this level, which is great. And they're right next to one of my favourite places in the world, which used to be called Stoke Poges Golf Club, which you will know, Matt. A very famous James Bond film was filmed there.
Man with the golden gun,
Very close, Goldfinger.
Goldfinger.
And Oddjob famously chucked his bowler hat and
yeah.
decapitated a statue, and that was on the steps of Stoke Poges Golf Club, which that's good, that's well played, well stopped. And another famous film there, which I absolutely certainly would have seen, because it's another great Daniel Craig film, is Layer Cake. And at the end of Layer Cake, when Daniel Craig, if you remember, gets shot. Sorry, if you haven't seen Layer Cake, I'm sorry for spoilers, everybody. I'm just going to stop because Gary looks as though he's chucked his cup of tea all over his chest. Have you chucked your cup of tea all over yourself, Gary? Was that Ted that did that? So I know, you have to. Have you got another? Have you got a spare? You'll be okay. No, I wouldn't want you to stretch it, Gary. So anyway, the incredible Gary Brock has just walked past with a great big tea stain on his left breast, and didn't actually realise he had it. So I can only assume that he's used to having a wet left breast. So it's probably a bit punchy for this time of the morning, but never mind. So another over from Loz coming up. He's bowling to Madasanka. Wide, probably a wide. The ball doesn't seem to be carrying at the moment. I have to say, Freddie's taking an awful lot on the half volley already, and he's got that double teapot-esque presence about him. And we bowled 1 over for 1 maiden. Going for the chocolate twists. Very good choice.
Yeah, chocolate or raisin?
Chocolate.
I've turned the mic off so people can't.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I always get told off for eating with the mic on, so we have to be politically correct in these things. That's a lovely shot. I suspect that's 4 runs. No one's particularly running very hard to chase that. Going over the boundary ropes. Now a beautiful shot, just looking for that extra bit of swing, and straight onto the pads of Madasanka, who absolutely smacked it through mid-wicket. A very nice shot, but that's exactly what I said. When you've got 2 people on the leg side, you simply can't afford to bowl leg stump. Loz just striving for that extra little bit of swing. But when you've got 4 slips in a gully and an extra cover and a mid-off, you simply can't afford to bowl that line. So just needs to straighten himself up by about 6 inches to get them fishing outside the off stump. That's the one. That is the one. A good comeback by Loz. And that's still only just carried to Freddie Bear. I mean, he must be on the verge of thinking he might have to stand up, because the ball is not carrying. Pitch looks quite green, so we did have quite a lot of rain 2 nights ago, and I imagine we've done a little bit of watering as well, so there is a bit of greenness in the pitch. That'll dry. It's windy and it's humid and occasionally sunny, so that'll dry out during the course of the day. Yeah, again, good line. So Warnes is at mid-on, and deep backward square leg is Ollie Armstrong. Those are the only 2 players on the leg side. So the tightness of the line is crucial. So you're very quiet. We're up to, unlucky for some, but lucky for us, 13 people watching at the moment. And no one's talking to us. Please talk to us. Tell us something interesting. Yeah, well covered by the pro. Dell is having a fantastic time of it at the moment. Obviously, player of the match last week with a majestic 100 and 3 wickets. Not up to his usual standard of 5, but it's 3, because Captain Courageous Tom Costley got all the other wickets. He had a good game in the 20 over game in midweek, where he dispatched the ball into the car park, which was great to see. And he had helmet cam on. You can tell us about helmet cam, Matt. Now you're back online.
Yeah, very pleased with how that came out. In the T20 live feed, I can bring the helmet cam in, and it's a couple of seconds behind, so it works perfectly. You can see it on the wide angle, and then I swap to the player, and you can see him hit it.
And we're not allowed to use it in this cricket. Is it against the rules? Or?
No, the umpires from last week or the week before said they had no issue with it. I would obviously ask the umpires.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things you kind of use in the shorter form of, you know.
Hello, Holly.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah. Hi, morning, guys.
Morning.
Nice to see you. Welcome. Oh, that guy's got Zulu on the back of his name. We'll have to talk to him about that later on. Zulu. Right, another one from Captain Warnes. He's bowled 1 over, 1 maiden, 0 for 0, and Loz has bowled 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 5. A good tight start from Downs. This is good to see. That's good too. Like it when Warnes comes in and hits the pitch well. Yes, we because most of our games this season, rather disappointingly, we've leaked a lot of runs early doors. And the opposition have got off to a really good start, and that's meant we've been a little bit behind the 8 ball in sometimes. So, but this is a 3 overs, 1 for 5 is a good start.
How long do you think it would take me to get to Chelgrove from here?
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
That's just a guess. I wanted to put weight in the scene. Oh, hang on. JP. Hello, JP from Australia. Evening, Bear. Good to see that Freddie has been saving his runs for tour. Good luck today, Downs. Well, thank you very much. Joe Porter, who's a great cricketer, Brazen Stroller, Surrey, and a good friend of mine, has emigrated to Australia with his delightful Australian wife and is having a nice time with that. Oh, that's a big swoosh. Anyway, JP, lovely to hear from you. Hope you're having a fantastic time and settled down. And Lockie is enjoying being a down-under superstar. Yeah, Freddie Bear hasn't scored enough runs yet this season, but in the last 2 innings, he's got 20-odd and 30-odd and showed signs of... But the most important news, JP, in other news, is that Freddie Bear's passed his driving test. And he has a car, which means I don't have to ferry him anywhere anymore.
It's a great thing.
It's a fantastic feeling, I tell you. But I hope you're well, JP. Hope Lizzie's well. I hope the kids are well. And you're probably tucking up for bedtime soon, or you're having a couple of jars on a Saturday evening. But lovely to hear from you. So Warnes has got his line just about right at the moment. He's not, touch wood, commentator's curse and all that, but he hasn't strayed onto the leg stump at all yet.
Yeah, anything down the leg side here is going to be dispatched.
Well, yes, there's massive great spaces. Yeah. There's nowhere to hide, really. The gaps are enormous. JP says, well done to Freddie, and he's got a car as well. He's got himself a nice little Golf.
Is it electric-y one?
No, God, I'm just joking. It's a 10-year-old TSI. And Freddie has the same view of electric cars I do, which is no fun. That's gone very, very high, and that's going to go for 4, I suspect. It's going to hit the ground and bounce straight over the line for 4. So, took a bit of a risk there, I have to say, because it was just short of a length outside off stump. He gave it, what he did do is commit to the shot, and it skied over Eto at cover, and as soon as it hit the ground, it bounced and spun away from Eto. And one thing, even though it's been raining during the week, the outfield is still electrically quick. So there's the first runs off Warnes. He's now bowled 2 overs, 1 maiden, 0 for 4. Madisanka is on 4 not out, and Antharthi, I think it's Antharthi, or there are 2 ths in there, so it's quite difficult to pronounce, but I'm going to go for Antharthi, is on 5 not out. Perhaps one of his teammates can come and tell me how to pronounce that soon.
You could say his first name, Atish.
Atish, could do. So yes, so but apparently Stoke Poges Golf Club has been bought by a Japanese person, and they've shut it, so you can no longer play golf there. It used to be a lovely golf course.
Exclusive club. Then,
exclusive gentlemen's, ladies, whatever club, I don't know. Right, Loz on to bowl another over. Loz will bowl 7 or 8 overs and then go and have a rest and may not come back. That's a good line.
He's
very
best
good
with
line.
the new ball, isn't he?
Well, yeah, Loz doesn't generally like coming back very much. He likes to get his business done early doors.
Matt normally comes back on, doesn't he?
Yeah, Matt can. Yeah, Matt's only recently started opening the bowling because I think Ollie Armstrong asked if he could drop down to first change. I think he prefers to be first change with a ball with a little bit more wear on it.
So the women tomorrow have got their first league game in the home county.
This is the new high league that they got promoted into, right? And this is what's the format of that, Matt?
It's 11 aside, win-lose, cricket, 25 overs.
Okay, and there's limit on bowlers.
Yeah,
five each. Yeah. Okay.
It's virtually standard rules.
And your daughter's starring, is she?
She'll play tomorrow. Yeah,
Good.
I'm umpiring.
Well, I've got my book in the back. That's a lovely shot. That's Maggot versus the ball. Maggot wins. So they're going to leave it at 2 there. Good piece of fielding. Matt, he does love fielding. So 25 overs, win lose.
Yep.
So no draws.
Freeland.
What about super overs and things like that?
Ooh, I think it goes down as a tie.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no super over. I will. I haven't read through the competition rules yet. I know there's fielding restrictions.
So this is Antarthi's first ball at this end. He's taking guard. Slightly different demographic here. So Loz's natural action is to swing it into the right-hander. He's still quite sparsely populated on the leg side, to be fair. He's got a deep backward square leg. He's got a short mid-wicket and a mid-on. Everyone else on the side, he's kind of bowling for the one that goes straight on, but I think that's quite a risky strategy. Quite a lot of space on the leg side. And he's nearly got through with the Yorker. That was a great Yorker from Loz. I have to say, I think this is possibly the best that Loz has opened this season. He looks really on it. Apart from the first ball, which went straight up in the air and nearly hit extra cover on the head. Apart from that, it's looked good.
At what point is it between
Dead ball.
between a dead ball and a no ball?
If it goes down in the batsman's vicinity and he can play a shot at it, even though it's rolling on the ground, he can play it. I think if it's clearly not going to come out right, and well bowled, that's another delightful delivery. Just shaping in from outside the off stump, beat the forward defensive shot, and Loz is on fire! He's on fire! What a fantastic opening spell this is from Loz. Great to see, coming back from big injury last season, and that's absolute perfection. What a beautiful piece of bowling. Hello, Nelly Pointer. So, what in the AK Tim's yard? Let's give a shout out for AK Tim's. What is going to be the item of sale in the AK Tim's shop today? I think last year was it a hammer? Last week it was a hammer, was it? I can't remember.
I don't know.
What are you going to be? I know it's paving, patio slabs. People were burying dead bodies under patios a lot last weekend. So, what's going to be the item that you think you're going to sell most of this weekend? Quite interested to know. Can I just say that I won't be coming in to buy anything because DIY and I never meet.
Destroy it yourself, is it?
It's just terrible. I'm absolutely awful. I feel my blood pressure going up if I look. I mean, if I get an IKEA instruction manual in front of me, I just start to lose it.
Oh, I don't mind that. It's like a Lego kit.
I mean, it's not. All the instructions don't make sense.
Well,
they're just terrible. I just can't do it. Katie, on the other hand, is brilliant at it. So that's very handy. Anyway. Great piece of bowling. I'd be tempted to have a short leg in, to be honest with you. If he's shaping it that way, and the ball a couple of times has bounced. New batsman is Sharma, not Rohit Sharma, who's just retired from playing for India. But if he's anywhere near as good as Rohit Sharma, we've got big problems. Anyway, so he's out to bat. He's on 0 not out. Madhusankar is on 5 not out. Loz now has the attractive looking figures of 2.5 overs, no maidens, 2 for 6. He's getting a few words of helpful advice from the pro. You could pan over and show that. There they are. Few words of helpful advice from the irrepressible Del Boy. The sun is out. It's nice and warm in here. There's not much of a breeze, but there's a slight breeze. At the moment, it's not unbearably oppressive. So, Loz coming in. He's got 1 ball to bowl at Sharma. Nicely played. Dot ball, end of the over, well bowled Loz. And that's 5 overs gone, and it's 10 for 2. So you're umpiring tomorrow. So we'll take the opportunity at some point this morning before you... And you're playing today and you're umpiring tomorrow, mate. Full weekend for you. You're becoming a full cricket...
Wasn't the plan, I can assure you.
You're becoming a full cricket convert.
It wasn't the plan. Well, it was... I was going to have to do a stint on the bar. The bar's going to have to be closed for an hour or 2.
Well, I'm sure they'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure
they'll manage. Yeah. They won't get withdrawal symptoms unless Richard Dunk comes, of course, then. As long as you get here before Richard Dunk, you'll be fine.
12 reach.
So this is also Madisanka's first ball from this end. Now again, Warnes' natural delivery is going to be shaping into the left-hander. So I'd be interested to see what field he's got. Whether he's still... So we've got a... well, George is loitering at short mid-wicket. I don't know whether he's going to stay there. We've got a fine leg, which is Loz, strolling back down to fine leg. We've got a mid-on. That's a great line. I still think this is quite an aggressive field.
Very aggressive field.
It's an aggressive field, just not on the number of slips they got, but aggressive on the weighting towards the offside, on the basis that he is swinging it into the left-hander. I'd be fancying a little clip, especially as he's already played this shot once, a clip through mid-wicket. I'd be fancying, there's no one back with the square except for Loz, who's just sort of fairly deep back with the square. Ooh, wasps. Don't like wasps. It's a nice looking shot. First wasp we've seen this year.
We've had a few around the last few days, just annoying.
I might have to bring my tennis racket exterminator. I've got a I've also got a assault gun, assault pump action shotgun for the office, which is great. It just pumps out a jet assault and sorts them out.
Does it?
Yes, it's great. You get it. It's called bug something. That's gone the other way. That's the straight on one. It hits the seam and goes straight on rather than coming in with the swing. Freddie Baird took that in front of Tom Cosford. So we've got two slips, Cosford and Costley. Incredibly good looking Luke Maslin is like a fifth slip. Congratulations to Luke, reselected for Oxfordshire for tomorrow, which is good news. The square cover is, looks like Eto, is it? The square cover?
Yes, that's Eto.
Yeah.
Quick single. Oh.
Some comedy fielding from George. George's obviously very excited about being in his new house.
He just moved, has he?
Yeah, moved 2 weeks ago.
Where has he moved to?
Pass. I can't remember.
I know he wants to move somewhere with the main line train station.
Yeah, I can't remember.
it's
Bish
probably
will be able to tell you. Bish is not
Cholbury, Oxford,
the font of all
Longhamburg,
knowledge.
one of those.
Bish, where's George moved to? Where's his new house?
I don't know.
No, we don't know.
But
I don't know whether you're walking that dog or the other way around, Holly.
Honestly, he tried to poo at the boundary and I got scared, so I ran him back, and now he's not doing one. So I thought I need to take him another lap now to try and get a poo out of him.
and that's all on commentary. Marvellous.
That was great.
There you are. That's poo stories, poo wars from Holly and the dog. That's Loz's girlfriend, and obviously walking around with a dog that needs a poo is doing Loz's bowling a lot of good. I'm just saying, Bish, that it's quite an aggressive field that Warnes has got for the left-hander, since he's shaping it in with only three people on the leg side.
Yeah.
That's quite aggressive.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is good.
He's an aggressive skipper today,
This is the best start we've had bowling first, isn't it?
very
This is the
much,
best start. No run leakage going on so far.
Very good.
It's good to see. Anyway, we've now got 3 slips in a gully, a square cover, short extra, and a mid off. That's a good area. It's a very good area. And all the slips and the keeper will be thinking they're in business here because there's a lot going on. End of the over. 6 overs gone, 11 for 2. Best start we've had this season. Bowling first.
So whilst not knowing where George's house is, I can tell you the kitchen looks very lovely because there were videos of him preparing the food for today.
What's it? Would you like a Danish pastry, by the way? That's an almond croissant for you, Bish, because you're such a nice chap.
That's really kind. Thank you.
You have to come back here with your sweets later.
What are you doing? Saving it for later on? Oh, oh, careful. Barnes has tried to break those once. Bish and Maggott have just moved Barnes's, as we call them, Barnes's sight screens. Enjoy.
Marvellous, I will do. Thank you.
So, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but why have the sight screens just been moved when he's still bowling over the wicket? Does that mean they've been in the wrong place all this
They've
time?
been in the wrong place.
And no one spotted? I find that extraordinary. I mean, Madisanka has been out there for 6 overs. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Okay, post, mix and green paint is what's going to be told. Now, so post mix, is that...
Postcrete. It's the stuff you put in for fences, I'd imagine.
It's just outside off stump. It may have got a bit of bat on there as well.
Sounded batty.
Hang on a sec, so what is post mix then?
You put posts for fences
Yes.
go into special concrete to stop them from
So
falling over.
why doesn't normal concrete work?
I don't know. You do
Perhaps you can
special
tell us, Nelly, why can't you just stick a post in normal concrete? Why's it got to be called
post
concrete, or does that cost twice as much? And people think,
Probably
I must get
is.
that because it says post on it.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'll spend an extra
Yeah.
50 quid in that fantastic
That sounds-
shot. Yep, that's just drifted there, looking for that extra bit of swing, which didn't happen, which quite often doesn't happen when you overstrayed. Oh, that's a good length of throw there as well. Day 4 of tour has clicked in. Beautifully done, right on Freddie's shins. And green paint, is that to paint the posts so they're all green? And what does a green post mean? Does it have a reason why it's green?
Well, you put preservative on it, obviously, because it lasts a lot longer.
Well, that's creosote, isn't it?
It's green.
I don't know. Look, as you can see, I am a DIY dummy. Right, so
It's lucky you're good at a lot of other things, isn't it?
well, some would say not many.
A master of many.
Yes. So Sharma's back up the other end. He's on 0 not out. Faced 3 balls. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Just got his bat down in time. Otherwise, there'd have been a very, very big LBW. See, that's where he's going to get his LBW, is where he swings it from outside or on the off stump onto middle and leg. The one that actually hits the pitch and seams, he's very unlikely to get an LBW, because the one he hits on the seams, normally the straight on one, but also there's a chance it's pitched outside leg stump. But bowling very well, Loz, very well indeed. He's on 3.3 overs, 2 for 7. Good backup from Warnes the other end, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 0 for 5. Post mix is fast setting, there you go. Fast setting goes off in 10 minutes. When you say goes off, it doesn't start to smell and get... that's not the right line. It's beautifully clipped through mid-wicket for 4. And that's what happens if you just stray on that leg stump when you've got no one on the leg side. You just have to clip it through there. It was a that looked like Rohit Sharma, I have to say. That was a Rohit Sharma-esque shot. Beautifully clipped through mid-wicket. Just going... morning. Sam King says morning, Bear and Mr. Bowden.
Morning, Sam.
Get your conversation in early, Sam, because Barnes is on his way and he bans us from talking to you, as you know. Post mix is fast setting, goes off in 10 minutes. So that means you stick it in and 10 minutes later it's rock solid. That sounds good. Rather like the Viagra of cement.
Viagra cement.
Goes hard and stays hard, as they say. Anyway, my mother and Marenka say good morning from sunny Bladen. Yes, it's sunny here too. Lovely to hear you both.
Right, I've got quarter of an hour more before I'm going to have to go and get ready.
Good.
Got to dig out my whites. I had my white shirt on last night, just got to find some white trousers. That's a great shot.
That's a majestic shot through the offside this time. Beautiful shot. Also Rohit Sharma-esque. So 2 consecutive 4s. Score gone up to 20 for 2 now. Those 2 boundaries helped. Change of gloves coming out. So, I've been invited to go and pay a visit anytime between 7:30 to 5, Monday to Friday. The thing is, I've got this sort of allergy to DIY shops, Nelly, in that I go in there and my blood pressure goes up and I start to visibly shake at the thought of all the DIY.
They sell nice clothing range.
Oh, do they?
Workwear.
Yeah, workwear.
Workwear. That's the thing. It's workwear though, Bear.
That's a very nice shot. That's swung into him, and he's absolutely smashed that through extra cover for 4. Aggressive shot. I don't think Warnes will be that upset about that, because it wasn't a full half volley, but all of a sudden the accelerator button has been pressed by these 2, and the score has raced on to 24 for 2. Just as I was saying that we haven't let the ball away from us. Anyway, if anyone's listening in their garden or whatever, Matt is leaving me in about half an hour.
Quarter of an hour.
Quarter of an hour.
I gotta be there at 1,
I'm
so-
going to need some assistance in this. Matt, do stay online just in case something goes wrong in here, because as you know, we're technically inept, or I'm technically inept. If something happens that I can't deal with, I'm struggling. I don't know how to set it up at lunch and tea, for instance, so that there's a screen on there.
Well, just turn the microphones off. You know how to do
Okay,
that.
yeah, do that. But you normally leave a scorecard on there, don't you?
Yeah, I can show
But
you.
I don't know. Well, not if I'm going to mess the whole thing up, because I'd rather be able to do what we're doing and not risk messing it all up. That's a nice shot too. I don't think Maud's will be too upset. I think
Badger will be back.
when's Badger? Oh, it's because Badger's not playing something. He's just delivering.
He's Copethorpe. His son's playing at Copethorpe, so he will be between here and Copethorpe. So he'll do the innings changeover. So you have to do a little bit of clicking to bring up the different bottom graphic, but he knows how to do that.
I tell you, we don't need bottom graphics going on in here. Sounds very dodgy.
The scorecard, the bottom
Right.
scorecard.
Whichever way you say it, it still sounds dodgy.
If you do decide to bring the computer forward, make sure this bit doesn't.
Yeah,
catch
no,
on
that's what I
links.
cocked up last week, wasn't it? I know, terrible. Well, hopefully there won't be any reason to.
No rain.
Nicely played forward defensive. Looking good, both these batsmen at the moment, have to say. Madisanka's on 11 and Sharma is on 8. Two majestic fours. Mostly blue sky up there now, which is great to see. It was very cloudy when I drove up the M40 this morning.
There was a little bit of rain in the air about
Yeah, there
half
was.
past
Yeah,
nine.
well, I had some spots. Lucky you got away with that. It's gone straight to George at mid-wicket. Could have gone either side of him.
I'll get the scores from round the
Yeah.
ground, shall we? So
I'll just yeah. Oh no, that's bounced in front of Freddie. He's not going to be happy with that. That's a bye. It's going to be. Oh, it's a leg bye. He's got
I
away
was
with
about to
it.
say, it's come off something.
So Prince Hampstead are 32 for 1 off 7 overs. Great Brickle 30 for 0 off 8. It's a good start against High Wycombe, but as we know, High Wycombe can chase just about anything. Oops. Henley are 16 for 0 off 7 against Aston Rowan. Wargrave against Harefield are 28 for 1 off 10 overs. So early starts for everyone as usual. Where's this? Fending outside the off stump, that's better. Slightly unsure. That's definitely the length, just short of the length. It's the length we want to be bowling. Morning, K-Dog. Checking in chats while hope you're all well. Yes, we're all well. Thanks. Where are you disrupting things today, K-Dog? Nicely played. Well covered. Good line from Loz. Pot's a little bit too full, that delivery, but it was a good line. Just short of a length on middle and off is where he wants to be bowling. .3 overs, 25 for 2. Wantage and Grove for K-Dog today.
Playing or umpiring, K-Dog?
Sam King. Sam was saying he might pop in and say hello and watch. I'd get that done this morning if I were you, Sam. Just a hint.
Leg bye.
Yep, that's going well down the leg side. Effort ball that was from Loz, just a couple of, perhaps a yard faster. So Kieran's going on about the first win against St Edwards in years, a magnificent century from Max Boland, 126 or 120. Who's that playing for? SOA, is it?
There's no shot played there.
I couldn't see, but it might have been going over. But unfortunately, the non-striking batsman, let's just have a look at this.
Yeah, we can't see because
Yeah.
the striking batsman's wandered across. So
I think, if anything, height
looked
would have
high,
been
yeah.
height would have been there, and actually probably didn't come back quite enough. Probably wasn't hitting, irrespective of whether he's playing a shot or not. It still has to be hitting the stumps for it to be out.
yeah,
So K Dog's playing.
it's the
Oxfordshire under 18s against an Edward School. And where was that? I presume that was at Teddy's, was it? K Dog. Anyway, good comeback by Loz. He's bowled 5 overs, 2 for 15 now, and Warnes has bowled 4 overs, 0 for 9. Coming back in for more. It's good. Hit the pitch there, just short of a length. That's where he wants to be. I think it looks like with both of these batsmen, if you stray too full, they're gonna hit you for 4. They look good players. Oh, good lunch at Teddy's for K Dog. That's good to know. Yeah, he got away with that as well. Oh, yeah.
I'm a bit disappointed I'm missing the lunch and the tea today.
Yeah, so what has George made for us?
There's some kind of chicken type
Chicken type thing.
thing. I think he's doing lunch and tea.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, what a trooper George is.
He is. That's not easy. And playing.
So
Hopefully
we've got right hand, we've got 3 slips of gully, square cover, short extra cover and mid off. That was a little bit floaty. And we have a mid on and a deep fine leg. As I said during the week, I was very reassured to tune into Test Match Special on the last day of the test and listen to Aggers. And he still calls it third man, I'm very pleased to say. So if it's good enough for Aggers, it's good enough for me, so it will be third man. That's better. That's much better. Like that. I like that length, I like that pace, I like that line. The batsman knows if he gets at all interested in that, he's got 3 slips, keeper and a gully waiting for him. So it sounds like an interesting game. The Oxfordshire under-18s against Teddy's. 3-2-7 from the Oxfordshire under-18s and 2-7-6 all out for Teddy's. Oh, I don't see that very often. A misfield from the Maglet, and then chucks it miles over Freddie's head, but Freddie backpedaled and caught it. Yes, unusual misfield. He won't be very happy with himself. He'll be having a severe word with himself. So 2 slips and a gully 5th slip, whatever you want to call it. Cosford, Costley, incredibly good looking at Maslin. Square cover, Eto. Extra cover, Maggot. That's a risky shot. Just sort of, it's not there for the drive and he's still driving it. But he's got away with it. End of the over.
10 overs gone.
10 overs gone. It's 28 for 2. Rivo. Hello, Rivo. You're back in Tbilisi? I didn't know Rivo's back in Tbilisi. What's he doing back? What are you doing back in Tbilisi, Riv? I thought you were back here. You off?
Yeah.
Bye bye to Matt. Thank you very much for joining me. When will I see you again?
Well, either shortly if you get rolled, I don't know.
Anyway, lovely to see you. Good luck. Let's hope Matt breaks his world record of 16 today. He's off to show his prowess for the 4th 11. Beer for Rivo in Tbilisi. What sort of beer do they drink? Castle. Lovely shot. That is a lovely shot. And brilliant fielding. Maggot's made up for it all there with brilliant fielding. swept up by Warnes, backed up by George. Good cricket all round. Excellent stuff. Just pocket that little piece, video it on the highlights, and that's how cricket should be. Nice shot. Well parried, well covered, well shied, well backed up. Everything was good. So rivets into Bleacy because he's using it as a pathetic excuse to go out and see a friend, but really he just wants to go out and have more beer. It's a good line from Loz. Gentle breeze, blue skies, a few clouds, cricketers wearing whites, the ball is red, the outfield is fast. Doesn't get much better than this. Yep, just a little too straight, which means it's 3 runs. He's going for the second, but he's not going to make that. Great piece of fielding from Ollie Armstrong. He has got a bullet arm, Ollie does. Just the 1 run. Score goes up to 30 for 2 off 10.3 overs. Crowd's beginning to swell. Cosford Corner has arrived. Yep, Cosford Corner is looking quite full at the moment, and Ted is trying to encroach on Cosford Corner. He's on the periphery of Cosford Corner. I don't know where Costley Corner is at the moment. I haven't seen them today. Yep, good lines from Loz, good lines. Sharma's into double figures, he's on 10, and Madisanka is on 13. On as even, I'd say now, probably for the day so far. Dan started out, came out of the blocks quickly, 2 great deliveries from Loz to get 2 wickets. Counter punch by the batsman, and they've got it to 30. Yep. Long run round the boundary. Super fielding there. Super fielding by Ollie Armstrong. He's kept that down to 3. Had to run a long way. The wrong line from Loz. Hello, Binty. How the devil are you? Looking forward to seeing you a week today, old chap. Binty in America is coming over to the country, chaps, and looking forward to seeing you at High Wycombe, Binty. I had my staff day yesterday, which was quite a reasonably late finish, so I'm a little bit jaded. I'll be slightly more jaded this time next week, because I'm going to the first day of the second test at Edgbaston with some mates of mine. So, but I will see you in High Wycombe. How are you? How is America? How is Donald Trump? Is he revelling in the glory of persuading every European country to spend 5% of their GDP on defence? Not quite sure where we're going to get money from, but I'm not allowed to talk politically on this line. So we've got change of bowling. Eto is on. This is a good move. Wicket taking bowler Eto. Gets the ball to move. I think it's a good idea. So Warnes' figures were 5 overs, 1 maiden, 0 for 11. Bowled well. And Eto's just started. Loz's 6 overs, 2 for 20. Another one parried by Maggot. think he probably saved 3 runs there, because that was just wide of him, and he full length dive, parried it, and George backing him up. Having George and Will in the covers together is probably not a wise move, because they do talk utter filth to each other and probably distracted each other. I mean, to be fair, George ought to be made to field by himself wherever he is. So he's now at short mid wicket. Maggot is at short extra, so they're pretty far apart. We've got 2 slips, the Costley and Cosford team. Great good looking Luke Maslin is at 4th slip. It's going to be a leg by. Keeps everyone interested, the left-hand, right-hand combination. Tom Costley doing some warm-up exercises. Obviously, his magnificent bowling performance last week may get him an opportunity to get the ball in his hand a bit earlier today. I'm very well. Sam King wants to know how I am. I'm very well, thank you. Sam, I don't feel at all jaded. Actually, I had a very nice. We were at a place called Royal Holloway, which is part of London University, where one of my business partners went to university. So we had our staff day there yesterday, and about 100 staff and partners were there, and speeches and prize givings, and far too much chat from me with a microphone in my hand, which is always not good, as I'm sure you're aware. But a slightly late night, bit of disco, and of course I was watching rather than participating in the disco. Lovely delivery there from Eto, perfect line. And then a lovely breakfast this morning, and then straight down the motorway, and here I am. So it's all go. Definite signs of warming up from Captain Courageous Costley at 2nd slip, so we may well be seeing him this end. Loz has bowled 6 overs, which is kind of a normal opening spell for him. But yes, all things being equal, I mean, we've stayed in student digs, and I have to say, Royal Holloway's as a campus is everywhere is uphill to somewhere. That's nicely played, straight to backward square, and no run. And so I got my steps in, which was good, but downhill steps for me are quite painful. So all in all things considered, I feel rather sprightly today, actually. That's the end of the first over from Eto. He's bowled 1 over, 0 for 1. The score is 35 for 2 after 12 overs. And as expected, as predicted, Captain Courageous and last year's hero, or one of last week's heroes, not last year's, last week's heroes, along with Del Boy, is coming on to bowl, which I think this is a good move as well. He also batted very well, Tom Costley, in the T20 game on Tuesday, so he's absolutely pumped, raring to go. He's getting some inspiration from Del Boy, as you can just see that on the edge of your screen. Inspiration from Del Boy at mid-off rather. So he'll be going to the left-hander to start with 3 slips and no gully. 3 slips, square cover, extra cover, mid-off. No third man. A short mid-wicket, mid-on, deep backward square leg. That's shaped in. That's interesting, he's shaped that in with 3 people on the leg side. Can't see where. We've got 3 slips, gully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. So we've only got 3 on the leg side. We've got a deep backward square leg, short mid-wicket, and a conventional mid-on. And the wind's picked up, you might have guessed. As if by magic from nowhere, suddenly got very windy, which is nice. It's nice and refreshing, but I imagine it's playing havoc with the microphones. Just a passing wind, just a passing Vespa. Nice looking shot. So Loz is fielding at short mid-wicket. Warnes is at mid-on. Deep backward square is Ollie Armstrong's currently commuting from deep backward square all the way to deep third man on the other side. So he's putting in some mileage, whether that's the warm-up for his bowling stint that will ensue shortly. That's a full-blooded flash. He's edged it and it's gone to third man for 4. Raw. More runs to third man. Actually, I was very wide third man, but it was a full-blooded shot. It's a full shot, but he won't care. It's 4 runs in the book. Barnes is on his way, Binti. Barnes is otherwise engaged this morning, and he's joining us at lunchtime, so don't worry. He will be here. Listy is not shown up yet, so he'll be, if Listy walks past, he'll be in the plate till lunchtime, and Badger's floating around. He's taking his kid to football. The current producer is actually playing, which is scary for all those concerned. So that's why I'm in the horse box all by myself. If someone goes past I think is suitable to join me for an hour, I will collar them. Otherwise, you just got me talking utter drivel. Edged and stopped. Teamwork. George parried it, passed it up to the incredibly good-looking Luke Maslin. End of Tom Cost's first over, 0 for 4. And the score is 39 for 2 off 13. And without even having to phone up any of my staff, I can tell you that's 3 and over. So second over for Eto. So just in case you were wondering how international we are as a broadcast, we've had messages this morning from Tbilisi. That's a long hop. That's a long hop, and it's dispatched over the covers for 4. That really did say spank me, and he did spank it. So we've had Nick Rivett's message from Tbilisi. Joe Porter has messaged from Australia. So we are becoming global. The Bear and Barnes show and the podcast and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to start looking for a new contract soon. A bit like Miles Lewis-Skelly at Arsenal, who signed a long-term contract. Delighted to see that. Oh, it's a great catch from Fred, and it's another catch for Freddie Bear. Well caught. Well bowled, Eto. Well caught. Very good. We needed that. That was much required because the batsmen were really wrenching back the authority. But it was a good catch. It wouldn't have carried to Tom Cosford at first slip. So Freddie committed to it, and well bowled, Eto. He did bowl a long hop and conned the batsman into thinking that he wasn't a very good bowler, but he is a wicket taker. I've always said this. He's a wicket taking bowler. Binti, you're absolutely right. He's watching the rugby, and I never thought of that. 21-7 for the Lions at half time. That's good to know. That was not a spoiler because there's no way I can last the whole of the rest of the day without finding out what the score is. It's not a full test, so it's just one of those warm-up games. But yeah, that's where Barnes is. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Anyway, very important wicket. 43 for 3. Binti, that catch from Freddie Bear reminded me a lot of you in your pomp. Full length dive, pouched, no massive celebration, just give me the next one. Anyway, that was the end of the end of Sharma. He got a bright and breezy 18. And a new batsman is Karanpreet Singh. Apparently, Karanpreet, I believe, is the captain. He's got a star next to his name. Tech Screw TV are watching from Vietnam. So we've got Vietnam, we've got Tbilisi, we've got Australia. Binti, still in your pomp? I'm not sure about that. Thank you, Marinka. I will pass the words on to Freddie when he's off the pitch. Yes, so any other countries watching? Don't forget, if you are watching from any of these strange countries, please subscribe. Just press the button, it costs nothing, free to everybody. full half volley on off stump, eased away. Skied up in the air, looking to play it on the leg side. He's front edged that and it's gone over mid off and they've comfortably run two. But didn't go anywhere near where he wanted to, but he won't really care. He's off the mark with a two. Score goes up to 45 for 3. Binty still in your pomp. Let's discuss that next week, shall we, Binty? So Freddie's decided he's going to stand up. Having taken a catch standing back, he's decided he's going to stand up. It's an interesting idea. I always hated fielding in the slips when the keeper, especially first slip when the keeper's standing up. It makes the job of first slip much harder. You generally have to go finer because the chances of the keeper missing a slightly thicker nick that he would do what he's just done and go dive across if he was standing back. He won't be able to dive across. So normally first slip has to go finer when the keeper's standing up to the faster bowlers. He's played that back with a square, fielded by Ollie Armstrong. So I don't know who else is watching. I suspect my brother-in-law Ian is watching. Hope you're watching, Ian. Please feel free to send us a message. We might have the bibbies in the garden. Bibbies like to listen to us while they're dealing with weeds and pruning roses, which is good to know. I know about as much about pruning roses as I do about DIY. Anyway, a wicket taking over, very much needed by the Downs. 14 overs, 3 for 45. Change of gloves for the batsman. Ah, Badger has arrived, everybody.
Hello.
We are blessed. Hello, Badge.
Yes, I'm running around.
Would you like a croissant?
You know what? I would love one. Thank you. I'm going to get flakes all over.
Doesn't matter. You've earned it today. So we've got people listening in Tbilisi. We've got people listening in Vietnam. And we've got people listening in Australia today.
We've gone global.
We are global.
My God.
Well, that's a massive shot, and it's well fielded on the boundary by Ollie Armstrong. It bounced and turned right angles. Normally, when it bounced on the second bounce, it does it. But Ollie Armstrong left his left arm out as he sprinted around the boundary, and it actually stopped the ball.
And it's quite uneven out there.
Great piece of fielding by Ollie Armstrong. That was a short pitch delivery, and the batsman took it on. I don't think Tom Coss is going to be too upset about that. He bowled some great short deliveries on Tuesday. He was really ramping it up. I think he's probably a couple of yards quicker than before his injury. And he's obviously wanting to see if the batsman wants to take on the hook shot. And Madhusankar certainly did. He's up to 18. And we've got Singh is on 2 not out. And that 2 was a slightly streaky 2, to be fair. So we've got a second slip going in. That's George. Unlucky Tom Coswood. He's got to talk utter rubbish now to George. And the incredibly good looking Luke Maslin is at 4th slip. That's a great delivery. Not a very convincing shot. Croatia. Freddie Bear's Uncle Tony from 35 kilometres south of Split. Are you really? Oh, Frankie Bean's uncle, not Freddie Bear. Sorry, I was about to say, I know all of Freddie Bear's uncles because they're family, and I don't recognise you, but you're Frankie Bean's uncle. That's great. That's another catch for Freddie Bear! Well bowled, Captain Courageous. Just what was required. Dan's doing it nicely at the moment. So thank you very much. That's T. Grassby. Is that it? Is that it said? Grassby? T. Grassby 66 in Croatia. Frankie Beans' uncle. So we've got Croatia, we've got Tbilisi, we've got Australia, and we've got Vietnam. Unbelievable. Anyway, well bowled Tom Costley. Another catch for Freddie Bear. Out goes Gary and the Bish. Let's just put Gary and the Bish, give them their moment of glory. There they are, Gary and the Bish. If you want two people to motivate you, couldn't look much further than those two. Look at them. Although Gary has got a big tea stain on his left breast just here, which he didn't know he had. Now, how do I get that back to where it was? There's a button to press, isn't it?
There is one, I can't remember. Which one
No,
it is.
you're the same as me.
Bowden's.
So are you still on duty at the football officially?
No, football is finished.
So are you able to do commentary a bit until Barnes gets
I'm
here?
not, because I've got to get my son in 5 minutes up to Cokethorpe for the threes.
Okay, fine. So you'll be doing some roaming bare bite-sized bulletins.
But I will try and make it back down here.
It'd be good to have you in here for a bit. Barnes is coming
I know.
after the rugby. I couldn't work out why he wasn't coming till lunch, and then Binti told me, oh yes, of course, USA. Sorry, Binti. America, Vietnam, Tbilisi, Croatia, Australia. 5 countries. 5 countries. 5 countries. Well, obviously, if you include the UK, 6
We
countries.
could have Welsh, we could have Scots, Irish.
Anyway, what a global performance we're putting in today. Very exciting.
I'm going to have to get my son round up. I'll see you soon. Then.
See you later, Badge. Lovely to see Badge in there. He's eaten the last of the croissants and he's very happy about that. And the score is 46 for 4. Ball doing a little bit at the moment now. Stoke Green are going to have to bed in again. Madasanka is still 18 not out. And we now have Mishra is coming into bat. Very excited. Sorry if I'm getting overexcited about our international. So tell us, Mr. Graspy, what are you doing in Croatia? Is that where you've always lived? Frankie Beans is a wonderful cricketer, wonderful bloke, and wears the most wonderful white shiny helmet of all time. A very good club man, and at the moment, very well bearded as well. Striking WG Grace-esque beard is being worn by Frankie Beans at the moment. Anyway, the batsmen are ready, the umpires are drinking, Oxford Downs are talking and listening to Gary's words of wisdom. That swayed things back towards Oxford Downs. I think Oxford Downs had the first few overs, counter punch from the batsman, and now counter punch from Oxford Downs to take another couple of wickets, taking us to 46 for 4 of 14.3 overs. So, what have we got? We've got, looks like we're going to have the same 2 slips and a gully, or we're going to 3 slips now. So Mishra's right-handed. Yeah, so we've got 2 slips and then a 5th slip or a gully, or sort of fairly, yeah, I'd say 5th slip. That's a great delivery as well. He's definitely a yard quicker than he was before his injury. Just shows you, playing rugby with Barnes for a year, or under Barnes' tutelage and coaching, has turned Tom Costley into this new, lean, mean machine. Right, Maggot's coming down here to do something with Barnes' sight screens. Yes. Oh, I thought you said Bear there. It's Claire. I thought you said Bear, not Claire. Anyway, George has just given instructions for the lunch to be turned on. George has made lunch and tea today. Take it down the leg side. But yes, as I was saying, under Barnes's guidance, Tom Costley has gone away an injured man and come back Mr. Universe. He's like Captain America. It's extraordinary. Every ball you think he'd like to take a wicket. He may even take a wicket this ball, you never know. That's nicely clipped through mid wicket. Del Boy sweeps up and takes it. Your Rachel Crouch's brother, I understand, retired 6 years in to Croatia. And are you near the coast? I understand that Croatia has wonderful places. I think one of our other listeners, my mother's friend Marenka, has Croatian activity going on in her previous family. So perhaps you could interlink on the chat and talk about Croatia. I think Arsenal had a very fine Croatian footballer called Davor Suker. Was he Croatian? I think I'm feeling he was. He was a very good player. But anyway, yeah, so it's good to have you on board. That's a full toss. That's out. That's an unbelievable piece of fielding. Oh my goodness me. What were we just talking about? He's like a man possessed. The ball was a full toss. It was hit to extra cover to the right of Tom Costley. He swoops. He picks it up. In one action, he throws it and it hits the stumps and the batsman's out by miles. Umpire in perfect position to give the decision. Oh my goodness me, what a great piece of cricket. It's all going on here. Great stuff. Brilliant cricket. Well worth watching that over and over again. Blimey, that was unlucky. Teammates have just walked past, not thinking that was the most sensible run. I have to regard yourself as a little unlucky, but it was a sensational piece of fielding. Well, the new batsman is Ramamurthy, another left-hander. Madhusanka still not out on 18. So 5 for 47, 47 for 5 because we're not in Australia. And it's 15.1 overs, and things are happening. We've got a leg slip, a conventional slip, quite wide, and a gully. Yeah, good shape that shape into the left-hander, which does bring the leg slip into play. We've got a deep backward square on the boundary. We've got a mid-wicket. We've got a conventional mid-on. We've got a very, we've got a straight mid-off. We've got extra cover, shortest extra cover, that's Maggot. We've got a square cover, and we've got no third man, obviously. It's clipped back with a square, that'll be a single. Losbrock sweeps in, leashes the ball. Well, don't forget, all of you international viewers, if you haven't pressed the subscribe button, please do so. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it makes us far more influential in the world. Although, how can we be more influential than being international to the tune of 6 different countries? balls left to this over from Eto. Oh, that's gone through. And guess what? It's 4 runs to third man when there isn't anybody. Yeah, both of them wouldn't like that. 4 runs, and that's 50 up for Stoke Green. Take them 15.5 overs and 74 minutes. It's really been 74 minutes. That's gone so quickly. It's been so exciting. That's more like it. End of the over, 52 for 5. Ramamurthy is 4 not out, and Madhusankar is now 19 not out. He was on 18 for quite a long time, watching carnage at the other end of sorts. Now, of course, there's a temptation to be really attacking here, and I don't think that's a bad temptation to have. I think when you've got batsman number 7 in, now he's bound to be a decent player at this level, but he probably wasn't expecting to be in this early in the proceedings. I'd probably stick in a short leg. I'd have people in his face. We've got 2 slips and a gully and a square cover short extra mid off. That's Jag back in him. Well played, actually. He's just bottom edged that down to square leg where there wasn't anybody, and he's got a single. Slightly more clouds around now. The wind is still picked up, which keeps the clouds moving. Bits of blue sky, which is why we occasionally get some lovely bright sunshine. That's an unbelievable delivery. That's beaten him all ends up. It sort of shaped in towards him. I thought for 1 minute it was going to be an LBW appeal, but then at the last minute moved away and he played and missed it, went through to Freddie Bear. Great delivery. Tom is bowling very, very well. Obviously pumped up now by that incredible run out as well. And so Maggot's gone in to 3rd slip now. That's a brilliant caught and bowled. Brilliant caught and bowled. Oh my goodness, there's anything this boy can't do. It's incredible. He's leapt like a salmon and pounced the ball both hands. Leading edge. What a fantastic wicket. And out goes Bish like a rocket. And there's another wicket, and another wicket for Captain Courageous. Brilliant athleticism, fantastic stuff, great cricket. It's going to be all highlights on the highlights reel. Just play the whole game, because it's all highlights. Anyway, brilliant stuff. So we have another batsman in, and another batsman called Singh. I'm just going to get my other glasses on so I can read you his Christian name properly. Hanjot Singh has come out to bat. I'm just going to go Singh if that's okay. But another thing, I don't know whether they're brothers or whatever, but he's got a job to do now. Madhusankar still watching it all materialise from the other end. Must be wondering whether he's going to be carrying his bat through this at the moment. But at the moment, Tom Costley looks very threatening. He's bowled 2.3 overs, 2 for 7. In he comes to the new batsman Singh. Straight ball. Would have been a big LBW appeal, but the batsman got his bat down on it quite well. Yes, Marika, it is gripping stuff. It's difficult to turn away. You daren't turn away, so you might miss a brilliant piece of cricket. Thankfully, you can rewind on YouTube and watch it all over again. .53 for 6 off 16.5 overs. This is the last ball of Tom Costley's current over. And we haven't even seen Del Boy in the attack yet. Extraordinary stuff. We might not see Del Boy. Yeah, weather is set fair here, Binti, thanks so much. It's windy and a mixture of blue sky and clouds, but I think the wind is keeping everything going over quite successfully. Nothing has looked threatening so far, touch wood. Which can't be said the same for Tom Costley's bowling, which looks incredibly threatening at the moment. The batsman has just managed to jam down on that, and it's bounced back up over the stumps. And lots of oohs and ahs, and Maggot is obviously pumped. He's running around like also a man possessed. So there's a lot of positive energy out there at the moment, I have to say. Amazing stuff. Two senior pros walking past the comms box. Gary Brock and Bish the Water Boy. So we're going to get another over from Eto. We've got leg slips moved to leg gully. The incredibly good looking Luke Maslin has moved, either he's been moved around or he's moved himself around to quite a lot wider for Madasanka. Nicely played. So Madasanka's faced 45 balls for his 20 not out, and much needed it has been as well. His team desperately needs him now. He'll be thinking that he has to bat through. Don't think that hit the bat. I think that hit the pad. There's a lot of oohing and ahhing, but I don't think it hit anything. Yes, Listy, I'm comms alone. Please come and join me. Barnes isn't coming till lunchtime at the earliest, so if you want to pop along and keep me company in here, you're most welcome. We have an international audience at the moment of Tbilisi, Croatia, America, Australia. Let's play to deep backward square leg. Losbrook comes in, launches it over the stumps. Just the one run. Where else? Vietnam, yes, Vietnam as well. So we are international today, Listy. Binti says that he is awaiting your arrival, Listy. I know it takes quite a long time to get your top knot in exactly the way you want it for your audience around the world. Not really an issue that I have with my hair. Backward square, no runs there. George is still handing out instructions of what needs to be done about lunch. Yes, it's a beautiful scene here, Binti, a beautiful scene. Sorry that you can't come and have dinner with us next week, Binti. You sure you can't manipulate some way of coming to see us and your cousin Yvonne? She's been very much looking forward to seeing you. Oh, that's more like it from the Magster. That's more like it. Great piece of fielding at short extra cover. Nothing got through there. End of that over. Eto has bowled 4 overs, 1 for 13. Costley, unbelievably, 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 7. Obviously more to come from Captain Courageous. I would be tempted to have a short leg and make them think that the occasional ball is going to be a bouncer, because he does have the bouncer in his locker. We saw plenty of bouncers in the midweek game, the 2020 game. So he's definitely got it in his locker now that he's been turned into this monstrous machine by Barnes during the rugby season. Nicely backed by Medesanka. 21 not out he is now. Approaching his half century of balls faced. There it is. He's hooked it. He's played the hook really well. That's a good shot. He's hooked that well in front of square for 4 runs. Super shot. Good idea to test him out, see if he can play it. I'd probably keep it in my locker for the new batsman, but at least he knows that he can play that shot, and he did play it very well. It's a very, very nice. It was a pull hook really, but it was a good shot. 4 runs, takes him on to 58 for 6. It's very important now that Downs slam dunk this home and don't let Stoke Green off the hook. That's edged to deep square cover for 1. Not really edged, outside edged. So now we have the new batsman is in. Now I'd be tempted to have a short leg in and see if he can play the short ball well. But we've got 2 slips, 3 slips. Maggott's going up to 3rd slip. Incredibly good looking Luke Maslin is at gully, and Warnes moves himself round to shortish extra cover. Yep, I think that's a good call, Binty. The thing is, you'd no need to bring the pro on while the 2 bowlers that are bowling at the moment are getting wickets and not conceding too many runs. I think as soon as one of them bowls 2 or 3 overs without taking a wicket, and as long as it coincides with the end that the pro wants to bowl from, then yeah, absolutely, let's get him on before lunch. That's been eased through the offsides, just 1 run there. Yeah, we've got him in our locker and he hasn't even been used yet, so I think obviously the slight downside is he's bowling left arm orthodox to a left-hander. He's clearly slightly more dangerous against the right-handers, but I would certainly setting it on before lunch, and we've got 35 minutes before lunch. Lunch will be taken at 1, tea is at 5, and so yeah, I think we just see what pans out in the next 10 minutes really. Yeah. Oh. Misfield by Luke Maslin, but was well covered up and backed up, so it didn't cost anything. But a couple of misfields today from Bazza and Maggott, something we don't see very often. Well, the pitch is a little bit bouncy. Whether the light is variable out there in that sometimes it's incredibly bright and then sometimes it goes cloudy, and when that's happening, sometimes it can be difficult to spot the ball. Anyway, 19 overs have gone. Stoke Green won the toss and batted, which means they will get 64 overs, and Downs will get 56 overs, unless Downs bowl them out before they've used all their overs, and then Downs get theirs. So it's in everyone's interest to get these last 4 wickets quickly. Nicely played and well fielded by Guess Who, Captain Courageous. So it's beaten Maggott at short extra, but the one-man machine that is Tom Costley covered and parried it, and it just went for 1 run. So Medesanka is now 26 not out after 52 balls. He's got 1 slip, gully, square cover, shortish extra, mid off, leg gully, short mid wicket, backward, deep backward square leg. I think what I would probably do, Binty, is if I was skippering, I would see if the pro is happy bowling at the far end and take Eto off after it's over, unless he gets a wicket between now and the end of the over. The only problem is he's bowling to a left-hander, spinning into the left-hander with a slightly shorter boundary. It's not much in it, boundary-wise, but he may not want that. But if it's what he wants, then I'll give it a go, because he's obviously a wicket taker. Luke Maslin is doing exercises at Backward Gully, but I don't think for a second that he's coming on to bowl just yet. We have other options. We haven't seen Ollie Armstrong yet, so you know we've got plenty of bowling up our sleeve still. That's parried by the big man at slip. Oh, parried by Big Tom at first slip. George sweeping around, had a shot at the stumps. Not sure whether it'd been out, but there are a few oohs, so probably would have been. And the batsman would have been a bit cranky about that. They do say never run on a misfield. That's obviously a bit of a generalisation, but when you are 62 for 6, you really don't want to take any chances of making it anything for 7. They're playing a miss and a walking shot there. Batsman's almost got halfway up the pitch where he's played that shot, which suggests that he was off balance, but certainly, I'm just going to look at the replay now. Yeah, so he doesn't, I'd say if I was Freddie, I would get my helmet on straight away, and he is. Very pleased to see that, well thought of, because that batsman has played a shot there where his back leg has impulsively gone straight up the wicket with him, and that is a stumping waiting to happen. So very good cricket from Downs, good from Freddie Bear. Spotted that this guy could be a stumping waiting to happen. He's now retaking his guard, but that's not going to help the fact that his back leg wanders, so he's going to have to really concentrate now of not to let his back leg wander up the wicket with him. Just short of the length, end of the over from Eto. I'd be tempted to bring the pro on that end if he's happy bowling from that end. Eto has bowled 5 overs, 1 for 15, great figures, but not quite as good as Captain Courageous, 4 overs, 2 for 13. Well, a little listy has walked past the comms box. Whether that means a bigger listy is on his way. So the littlest listy has been kicked out with football and backpack. So I can only assume that Big List... Oh, it's Big Listy behind me. There he is. I knew Big Listy would be somewhere. Just having his final... That's well fielded. Just having his final fitness drag before he comes in. Listy, welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have shaken that so hard.
It's fine, it's getting better.
Make sure that's turned on. I'll put you on.
I'll clip it to a toggle.
Yes,
Probably best. God knows why I'm wearing a hoodie when it's 45 degrees.
That's well played. He's played that pull shot nice. That's gone over a wide mid-on for 4 runs. And Tom's giving you a little bit of a stare there, Captain Courageous. A little bit of a stare.
A marvellous day.
But
Marvellous
I think you
scenes.
can certainly play the... Anyway, what have you been doing? Let's sort out what you've been doing with your wrist first and foremost.
Fractured it, pretending I was young, playing cricket, diving a ball.
Was that on Sunday? Sunday game, was it?
No, it was 4 weeks ago, for my first run out for the thirds.
You didn't have it on with the comments box last time we comms together, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's such your
I'm just not very observant.
powers of observation.
Yeah, really, it's just, everything's a bit of a delay at the moment, yes.
Yeah.
So you've heard that we've got international
I've
viewers
heard,
today.
yeah.
Quite
Vietnam,
extraordinary.
Australia.
Vietnam, Croatia, Australia, America,
Yeah.
Tbilisi.
Yeah.
Rivo's gone back there to meet his friends having a load of beers apparently and saying that someone's birthday is a pathetic excuse.
Looking at all the pictures that he posts on Facebook, it looks to be a beautiful part of the world.
Yes. That's a lovely shot. Oh, well fielded by the pro. Del Boy's absolutely launched himself there.
Putting his body on the
Backed
line.
up by Warnes. What great teamwork there, but it was a great piece of it. The pro would have thought for a minute, shall I, shan't I, shall I? But he
Yes.
decided he would. And it was a great piece of field. The fielding's been good this morning, but a couple of misfields.
Oh, okay.
Maggots
Bobbly?
misfielded
Bit bobbly
one.
out there?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Also, I think the light goes from being very, very bright to being a bit cloudy,
Yeah.
and I wonder whether that sort of it has an effect on your pupils, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
It's a
I
great
only
delivery.
found out the situation of the game when I logged onto the live stream a few moments ago. Give me a brief précis of how we find ourselves a bit 68 for 6, Ben?
Yeah, well, Losbrook started off, came up for the first time in many games that we've played this season where we've bowled first. We haven't given the batsman the opportunity to get out of the traps quickly.
Yeah.
And Losbrook bowled 2 beautiful deliveries which beat 4 defensives, and,
Yeah.
and we took 2 wickets quite early doors.
Yeah.
That's nicely played. That's going to
He's
be 4
got a big
runs.
hand on it.
I think it's still going to be 4 runs. It's very
Oh,
fast
it's like
out there.
glass, isn't it?
Yep, he's beginning to bat in a dangerous way, Medisanka. He's now on 37 not out. I think it's going to go up to 37 in a second. Yes, he's 37 not out from 61. So Loz got the first 2 wickets.
Yeah.
Warnes opened from the far end and bowled pretty tightly. And then they sort of counter-punched and came back at us. And then Eto came on and the batsman nicked it and Freddie caught it.
Yep.
And Costley came on at this end and the batsman nicked it and
Yeah.
Freddie caught it. And so that was 4 down. And then,
More notches for
then
Freddie
Tom
today.
Costley did a brilliant run out to extra cover. The ball was hit. It was a full toss from Eto, hit to extra cover. Tom Costley ran to his right, picked it up, took aim, and threw the stumps down at the far end. Batsman out by
one stump
miles.
to aim at.
Batsman out by miles. And then the last one was a brilliant corn bowled by Captain Courageous.
Right.
And he had the ball hit going back over his head, and he jumped up and caught it with both hands up to his left.
Did Loz open up from the pavilion?
Loz
end?
opened up from this end, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Taking advantage of this cross breeze.
everything's worked well so far. I'm just saying that we must get these final 6 wickets quickly.
Oh, I see Nick Bishop over there with his bottles and
Yeah, Bish is there. Bish is doing his bit. But yeah, I'm just saying that I was saying to Binty on the comms that I think if Eto doesn't get a wicket this over,
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to bring the pro on the far end.
Right.
If he's happy with that. But
Yeah.
the danger is that the batsman's in the left-hander and he's got that shot that he could lift it into the trees.
Just
But
has to get it into the wind, doesn't it?
yeah. So but anyway, so that we haven't bowled Ollie Armstrong yet, so we've got
Right.
plenty of things up our sleeve. But Tom Costley looks like he's going to take a wicket with every ball on them.
And has done for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Bowled superb in the T20 midweek.
That's a long hop. He's going to get away with that. That quite possibly ought to have been dispatched, but Losbrook is there sweeping, unleashes a great throw over the stumps. The batsman will feel he missed out there. That's Singh. He moves on to 4.
I wonder better sometimes whether keepers of old, Noel Pearson perhaps, might be watching the current standard of fielding, the first team producing now, and wonder why he wasn't born 10 years later, so he wasn't scrabbling around his ankles all the
I
time.
know.
The
We joke
throws
about
come over the top of the
day
stumps
4 of
and-
tall throws, and they do sometimes come in, and Freddie sort of frowns at them as keepers do when
Yeah.
the ball's sort of around about their sort of ankles, and you think like.
I think more often than not, they're
Yeah.
pretty spot on, aren't they? There's that yard circle around the top of the stump, so it's generally right in there.
So we've got Frankie Crouch's uncle-in-law is watching from Croatia, where he retired 7 years ago. And he says you get 300 sunny days every year, but the Croatian Riviera is magnificent. I've heard about the Croatian Riviera. Yes, it does sound.
You like Torquay?
That's lifted up, so that's the danger. The danger is that
It's hit the tree first. That's a 6. It's
That's-
taken a branch
it's
off
a
the tree.
big
in fact.
6. It's a big 6, but it's not a massive 6. But
The
that's
branch
the
has been
danger.
gathered and thrown
And
over the fence.
branch has been picked up and thrown back into the hedge. This is, if it wasn't before, this is pretty much bringing the end to Eto's spell. This will be his last ball, and I would expect the pro to come on. And the pro, unless he's
Will they
got,
switch ends?
well, no, I guess it
Probably
might.
not. He might
Yeah.
like to work with the
That'll be it.
temptation.
That'll be have a blow, I suspect, and I would expect the pro, unless he particularly doesn't want to bowl that end. Captain Courageous is marking his line over there, so yes, you bring the pro on this end,
Yeah.
and Tom Costley's going to bowl the other end. By those things, he's already marking his liner.
He does that purposefully, doesn't he?
He
I think
does
he
that
does
purposely. But do you know what? A lot of bowlers will say, "Sod off! I've taken 2 wickets from
He
this
is
end.
a team
I don't
guy,
want to." I
yeah.
know lots of bowlers. I imagine some of the Stockman ones I played with, like Tomo and Robbo.
Robbo
You told
next.
them they had to change ends because
Arnie.
the pro was coming on. Arnie, yes, Buzzers. I think Buzz would be too happy about this. But Tom Costley is just that sort of character.
He
just
is,
wants
wouldn't
to
he?
do
He would
what's
put the
right for the team.
crampons and run up the hill into the wind.
He's just incredible. But there's no doubt he'll come and get wickets. Anyway, so I thought this might be the case. I didn't think the pro would fancy bowling against the left-hander who's on 44 not out, with everything going towards those trees over there, and it being a slightly shorter boundary. So what have we got here? We've got 2 slips. We're going to have a silly point, I would have thought we might do. This is the new batsman. He's on 3 not out, and he's faced 13 deliveries, and he's still finding his way into the innings. I'd have someone right in his face.
Yeah.
This is the weird way that Del Boy warms up is by chucking the ball at Maggot. He doesn't bowl it. I've never seen anyone do this other than him. He just chucks it.
Yeah. Maybe he's practicing for his faster ball.
Well, it could be the Milton Blair bouncer ball. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Milton Blair, great opening bowler for Leighton Buzzard back in the day. He used to chuck his bouncer rather quickly. First ball from Del. Yep, shaped away. Slips are already interested.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. That Willett, short extra cover.
I think I'd move him forward 5 yards.
Exchange the hat for a helmet.
Yeah, I'd move him forward 5 yards probably. Oh, has he missed that?
Kind of played it straight to the ground.
And George has been making lunch. Apparently it's
Ooh.
a very nice chicken something or other. It's gone big.
Just put it down.
Gosh, that was
Good
a great
effort.
That was
Wind
a
always
great effort by
blowing the
Loss.
ball away from him.
He backpedaled and backpedaled and backpedaled and jumped. And I think, was it the impetus of hitting the ground that knocked it out, or did he just not get? He got both hands to it.
He looks a little winded.
He does look a bit winded. It was a great effort, and not a very convincing shot from the batsman. Singh, he moves on to 4. Madhusankar, I have to say, has batted extremely well. He's 43 not out from 64 balls. Binti, something to consider standing up to the medium pace bowlers. To a right-handed bat, Freddie's left foot moves to his left, which is correct, but slightly backwards. Turns him slightly off screen. Yeah, I've noticed that, Binti. I don't know why he does that, whether he's been taught to do that, but you're absolutely right. It means that if he misses it, it's going to go straight through for 4 byes. But he has done that. I don't know why. I will ask him on your behalf, or you can ask him when you see him next Saturday. But yes, I've noticed that he does that. But quite a lot of the top keepers now actually stand slightly at an angle from the where they're sort of, it's almost like they're looking at mid-off. This is the last ball of Del Boy's first over.
Reverse sweep.
That's not going to happen because it's actually pitched outside off stump and he was playing a shot. We hit him outside the line of off stump and he's playing a shot. Because he didn't change his stance before he played a shot. Hello, big game tomorrow, don't overdo it. But look, you've got a big game tomorrow, don't you be drinking Pims?
Starts you mean to go on there.
Our ladies captain's just walked past with 2 very large glasses of Pims and she's got a very important game tomorrow. What's going on?
Perfect preparation.
Exactly. But she is wearing pink crocs, so it's okay. All is forgiven. Anyway, so technicalities of keeping wicket, have been well beyond me. So I will ask him about that. But it's not something he used to do. So I'm guessing that someone somewhere has told him to try that as a technique when he's standing up to the pace bowlers.
George giving further.
Right, so this is so it's 23 overs gone. They've still got so many overs to go. They've still got 41 overs to go. And most importantly, if we bowl them out, we get a lot of overs. Anyway, this is Captain Costa's first. That's eased into the That's a beautiful shot. That's an absolutely superb shot. He's leant on that and just timed it to death, and it's gone through the gap in the covers for 4. This is the danger of changing ends. I know he'll get it sorted, but it's a different. Changing ends is just mentally, it's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The wind would be slightly his back as opposed to being slightly in his face, and obviously blowing in the other direction.
Yeah.
Give him a loosener, I suppose you could call that. Didn't take him long to get back on the money.
No. I just got the bat first before the pad, otherwise I think it would have been a fairly sizable appeal.
I see the Honourable Treasurer out of the left window here with his personalised top treasure with pound signs on the back.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Nothing like keeping a low profile when you're the money man.
Oh,
That's a bottom edge. no one down here, but it's okay. Loz is on it. Loz is getting a fair amount of action.
Following you around a bit.
Holly's been going backwards and forwards to that dog all day, waiting for it to poo. Apparently, it hasn't pooed yet, and she's going round and round in circles.
Maybe she's got a big bag.
She's a big bag in her pocket, I can see. Right, so a bit of action in this over. So Madastanka's 43 not out after 67. Singer's moved on to 9 after 19. Just don't want this to slip away from us. They're 85 for 6. They had a bit of a partnership, these two. Last wicket fell at where are we? That's going to go for 4 as well. No, there's not
3. So
It's been dragged in.
they're on 30 odd so far, these two.
Yeah. Just signs that they're counter punching again. I mean, obviously, it's definitely been our morning so far, but you just need to keep on top of this. It can be frustrating
Be patient.
when you've got
Yeah.
6 wickets fairly quickly for things to slip away from you. Interesting slip cordon at the moment. We've got
A 1, a
3
3 and a
slips,
5
yeah,
almost.
it is 1, 3, 5. I think that's a good way of describing it, but I don't really understand that, because Sod's Law will mean that it's almost like you're trying to hedge your bets, whereas
Yeah.
I actually think if you want a third slip, have 1, 2 and 3.
So they've taken the third
he's gone.
slip-ish out. He looks like he's disappearing to
Again, that
no standard point, and there's no third man in
there
place.
may be, well no, don't talk to me about that. But I just wonder, it's still 87 for 6, I don't think we want to go too defensive. He's tried to bounce that.
Oh, and another.
That's gone through
Yeah.
my arm, so it's another. I know.
Frustration from the bowler.
Yes, he doesn't like it.
I
He
think
doesn't like
that's
it.
taken a wee spin out of an old end there. George perhaps looking at where he's going to throw it before he's got ball in hand.
No, it was Ollie Armstrong.
Is that Ollie? Sorry. Yeah.
The
post
worrying
in
thing
my way,
about
yeah.
it was I think that Tom Crossley tried to do a bouncer there and it just didn't get up at all. Let's see if he tries again.
That's out.
That's out. That's another catch for Freddie Bear.
That's 3 catches. That's a jug in the old days.
3 catches, and do you know what? That wasn't the greatest.
No,
of
it
deliveries.
wasn't. And it was a waft outside
I
the
think
off
it would
stump.
be fair to say that Captain Courageous will admit the first time that wasn't his greatest delivery, but it doesn't matter. It's caught behind.
Yeah.
The batsman, Madasanka, batted really well, but he will be a little bit annoyed about that, about all the hard work he's put in.
Yeah.
And he was out on facing Barnes' favourite number ball.
A flat-footed
it was the
waft
70th
outside the off stump.
But anyway,
Strange.
yes, it was. He'll be a little bit disappointed about that, but he batted really well. Obviously, a crucial wicket because A, they were just starting to have a little bit of a counter punch, and B, he was the guy that'd been in all the time.
Yeah. Fish is out there with the drinks and the Haribo's. I wonder what the late great Bob Willis would have to say about that shot.
Well, yes, I don't think he'd be very happy.
I don't know, as you say, done all the
Jeffrey
hard
Boyko
work.
would have said, "Oh, is he playing it out there?" Yes, he was compulsive. He was drawn into the shot, but it was short for length. I mean, it was bordering on being a wide long hop.
Yeah.
And he's played it with a straight bat and got a nick on it. Anyway, Tom Crossley doesn't care. He's bowled 6
Another
overs,
one in the
no
column.
maidens, 3 for 32. Del Boy's bowled 1 over, 0 for 1, and he's got Singer there, and the new batsman is called Ishak. Ben Sawyer, Cooper,
remains
Cooper
broadly
go-
the
no.
same.
cool on the downs, get big cos on, because
No,
why not?
We've a helmet coming
Thank
out.
you, Ben.
We have a
He
helmet
can't
coming
get on
out.
at the moment, I'm afraid, Ben, because the bowler's getting all the wickets.
As mentioned in Pro's previous over,
Here's the Scouser.
There
Hello,
it is.
Scouse. Good to see you.
the sun hat is being replaced with
You
a
see,
helmet.
once again, Arsenal have bought a brilliant South Korean striker this week. Fukin No One. Doesn't matter how many times I say that, I still love it.
I know, yeah, no, brilliant.
Yeah, cheers.
Hold on, I have a phone call from Phil.
Well, that's pulled, and that's
I'm going to take
well
that,
pulled.
just in case that's about out.
That's an aggressive shot from the thing. He's absolutely smashed that over he's been on before. Phil, the coach of the second 11 is just phoning up this tee.
Buckingham are 4 down without a run on the
Brilliant, lovely. So news from Phil, where the seconds are playing Buckingham. Buckingham are 0 for 4.
2 to Alfie, 2 to Gus. There we go.
So Alfie List has got 2 wickets. The favourite son of Barnes has got 2 wickets. Great piece of fielding out there on the boundary to stop the boundary. Great throw, great cricket. Whilst List is out there hearing these incredible stories from the second 11 at Buckingham. 0 for 4. 0 for 4. What news there? And that was a great piece of fielding while you're out there. So Listy's got 2. Goose has got 2. That's gone high. That's going to get caught. And it is caught. Well taken.
Ouch.
Why did he play that shot? He's just been moved back there. Is that Eto? I think it's Eto. Eto's just been moved to long on, and he's just hit it straight down his throat.
Yeah.
Extraordinary piece of cricket. I mean, Del Boy looks vaguely sheepish about that because he feels like
he wouldn't have thought anyone would
wouldn't
fall
fall for that one. And normally, you would think to yourself, right, he's hit it over the top. Long on's been moved back. What's the next thing you do? You just hit it to the long on for a single.
Yes.
You don't hit it straight down his throat to be caught.
You take the single and
That's nutty piece of cricket.
Work
really.
the field, you know.
But Del Boy doesn't care. Yet another wicket for him. 95 for 8. That's extraordinary. 95 for 8. And they're still playing their shots.
That sounds like an M5, and it is. Ball leaving the ground.
Is that Scarceness?
Yeah,
Is it?
it is. And what a tool that thing is. A few weeks ago, I was on the bar on a Sunday,
Yeah.
and I had to pick up Alfie from Millets at 4:30.
Yeah.
And at 4:10, I looked at my watch and went, oof. He just threw me the keys casually to the M5. And
Off
I
you
went
go.
up towards the New Bridge, and you go over the bridges, and there's that short straight
Yeah.
there are 3 cars, and I put my foot down, and oh my lord.
Yes.
Yeah, dangerous machine.
Yes. So we've got a new batsman in.
Right, yeah.
It's Farhan Latif. He's come out to join us. Both batsmen on naught. Both batsmen have not faced a ball. And I'm very pleased to say we have a silly point in.
Yeah. The
Quite
sun
right
hat
too.
changed to a helmet.
So we need to put this to bed now. Get the last 2 wickets. Have a nice lunch.
That's a good lead.
That's bounced. He's left that on length. Which
Wouldn't do that
he
here.
obviously hasn't seen. He hasn't seen Del Boy's arm ball, which shoots along the ground.
Yeah.
It's going to knock his middle stump out of the ground if he bowls, especially if he bowls at this ball. Ooh. Del Boy's thinking wickets
He's
here.
sniffing
End
blood.
of a wicket taking over for Del. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 7 now.
95 for
Captain
8.
Courageous, 6
25.
overs, 3 for 32. And it is 95 for 8 of 25 overs. Still 39 overs to go.
This is the modern way. This is the modern world. 95 for 8 off 25. They're still scoring only 4 runs an over, even though they're losing 8
Yeah.
wickets.
So, good start from Listy and Barnes' favourite son over at Buckingham. I have heard that that's a bit of a dodgy old pitch.
Yeah.
I don't think
Used to
Steve
be
Beck's
decent.
playing today. I think he's on holiday tomorrow,
Right.
so I don't think he's playing. But if he is, I shall be taking the mickey.
Geary will almost certainly be playing.
Well, I think Geary plays in the ones.
Oh, of course he does, doesn't he?
Geary's one of the leading wicket takers in the ones now. Also a very, very fine producer of clients for well as accountants, which I'm very pleased to say as well. Thank you, Geary. But yes, no, he's been he got quite a few wickets last season for the ones. Right. Captain Courageous is on the wicket hunt again.
Oh,
Yep,
play and a miss.
play and a miss. That's going to come very quickly to slips. I'd probably have another slip in.
Geary was an early adopter of the almost stopping at the top of his action
Yes.
and then bowling.
Yeah, yeah,
It's quite rife in the modern game of cricket.
yeah.
Oh, he bowled
well,
him.
bowled.
That's
It's a beautiful
great
delivery.
net. I suspect pitching middle,
Absolute stunner from
taking the top off.
Captain Courageous. He's come in and he's just taken the off bail out, and the ball has come comfortably down here for 4. And that's another wicket,
Yeah.
and that's 9 wickets down. Ishak bowled Costley naught, and we could be having an early lunch.
It looked like one of those deliveries that would bowl someone who was ordered 200.
Yeah, that was a beautiful delivery, and I haven't seen a bowling performance like this from us for a very long time. It's been very impressive. It's crucial the run out that Tom Costy did as well. We can't forget about that. That was important.
Mr. Cossard returning the ball to the umpire, having chased it all the way down towards the score box.
They love the importance of having the ball at the end of each, but everything, don't they?
Yes,
Umpires
they do.
love that.
Yes.
You umpires, you love it.
That umpire's got a bar towel hanging out of his
Does he?
back. Does he know something we don't about the weather?
As I stare at the blue sky with a few wispy white clouds and the bathed in sunshine at 24 degrees, not thinking it, unless it's sweat that he's worried about. Anyway, so we've got left-hander in. It's Zulfi Butt. He's coming out to join Fire and Latif. Both are on naught, not out. Tom Costley will fancy his chances of finishing this and nipping in for a curry, or whatever it is that George has made.
Under five. Oh, that's close. Might pitched outside leg, perhaps.
That's missing leg stump, I guess. A big shout from Captain Costley. They may get a reprimand if he's not careful. I suspect that's going down the leg side, but as you know, we're not behind the bowler's arm, so we can't say. It was a good appeal, though. Well worth the vocal cords. He's bowled 6.4 overs, 4 for 32. Extraordinary.
Talking about
There's no
fifers.
doubt in my mind, if we'd had him and Del Boy playing for us last season, we'd have won the league.
Ah.
No doubt in my
Here
mind.
he is.
They've left me nothing
Right.
to talk about.
Hello, Barnes.
I'm gonna
Your
li-
favourite son's got 2
I
wickets.
just heard and listened to you. So
I'm going to
Oh,
make,
did you? Hi,
make
buddy.
way for
Good.
the pro. Nice to be with you for a short while, Bear.
That's been great.
Yeah, we'll
Listen,
stop in there till lunch.
Bought a couple of wickets with me.
you
Just stopping in till lunch.
Yeah, you can stay there till lunch. It's only 5. Well, they'll carry on now. They'll play some extra until the final wicket goes.
Okay. Okay.
Three.
Farewell.
Hopefully not.
Farewell, international audience, and I'll let the pro back into his hot seat.
That is
That is
out.
out. That's it. Lunch.
It's absolutely plumb.
Sorry,
And
you're gonna
welcome to the Commons Box Bars. Ben's out there. He's enjoyed that. That's an
That is an
extraordinary
early
bowling
lunch,
response.
isn't it?
5 wickets for Captain Courageous
Crikey.
Tom Costley. 7 overs, no maidens, 5 for 33.
5-1.
Eto, 6 overs, no maidens, 1 for 22. Warnes, 5 overs, 1 maiden, 0 for 11. Lawrence Brock, 6 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 20. And Stoke Green have been bowled out. That's it, bowled out for 96. Extraordinary stuff going on here.
You know that Downs 2s are playing Buckingham 1s, don't you?
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Oh, right. And it's 0 for 4.
was. I don't know. We may have got off.
11 for 4.
11 for 4.
Del Boy
They're
finishes
running
with
away
2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 7. Captain Courageous, ball held high, walking off the pitch, very, very pleased with himself, as you would expect.
Alf is very expensive.
Just to recap, I think Oxford Downs have approximately 100 overs. Approximately 100 overs, don't they? They've got 56 plus 37, let's say. They've got 90 odd overs to get 90 odd runs. Yeah, I know, since we haven't put the back shut. But if we shut the back, then I was on it, if I'm stuck, let's do it. Right, so viewers, we will reconnect after the lunch interval. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome back, everybody. Very quick lunch. A lovely lunch provided by George. Some pasta, a little bit of ice cream afterwards. Barnes will be joining me shortly in the comments box. Maggot and Giorgio are opening the batting.
And yours. You're welcome, Bluey.
Del boy to you.
Are we on?
You are now. Barnes is breaking everything that he can possibly know. You're not on.
Hello.
No. What have you done? There, you're on now.
Am I?
Yeah. Oh, well, you were then briefly.
Right.
Try now.
Yes. Yeah, it's fine now. Loads happening. So not surprisingly, because I had heard they got lots of spinners. They're starting with a spinner. This is Zulfi Butt. Sounds like he ought to be playing for Manchester United.
What, Nicky's brother?
Yeah, he's got his hat on back to front, which is super cool.
If anybody's listening, can they tell us whether or not we're on or off? Because it's not coming through these headphones, which it normally does.
Oh, well, you're not again. Hang on. This is...
It's the loopy first ball wheels. He comes on the front foot, pushes it into the...
Oh, I think you need new batteries.
Oh, no.
Hang on. So that's not going. It should. When you turn it on, it should. A little red thing should crop up, and it's not. Mine is.
There's no red thing on.
No, but if I turn mine on and off, look. That doesn't happen, does it? I'll just try again.
This is...
No, you need new batteries. Where are the new batteries? He does have some in one of his box of tricks.
Push down there for one.
Yeah. Magsy's off the mark. Oh, it's very crackly. Yes, we can hear you, Marenka says. Can you hear Barnes as well,
Hi,
Marenka?
Marenka. Am I coming through loud and clear?
No, not according to this, you're not. I don't think you're on. We need batteries. Have a look in this box of tricks. George taps it through midwick and won the game for two. That's very, very good running. Bit of indecision there on the leg side from the Stoke Green fielders, and basically George turned that into two. Sorry for coughing.
Try one or two on here.
Yeah, say something.
Hello. How's that?
No,
Right.
no.
Is channel 3 working?
Try it now.
Hello.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Try it now.
Now?
You're okay. Yes, you're
Okay.
on one. You're on one.
Turn that off then, I'll just use this.
Right.
So, Marenka, can you hear me now? Now I've got the old-fashioned microphone.
That's gone
Four
through.
holes.
He's tapped that through. That's a despairing piece of fielding at mid-off. Missed it. And George has only tapped that. It sizzled away for 4 runs. So quite a productive first over. 7 for naught. Just to remind you, we need 96 to win.
So windy coming through here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that's better.
I'm on.
Good. We're on. We'll get Barnes reconnected with his proper mic in due course. But I have to say,
Whose
for
mic?
the first over, that was a bit shoddy in the field. When you've got so few runs to defend, there was indecision on the leg side where they got 2, and completely missed the ball at mid-off, and they got 4. So I think it's safe to say with 9 90 overs to go, 7 for 0, we are up with the run rate.
We're definitely up with the run rate. You thought of somebody at mid-off, a guy that's bowling pretty orthodox left arm overs, trying to pitch it up. You'd have somebody that's a gun fielder in that in that area. It looks like we're starting from spin and from the top end as well, the Chapel end.
This is Madisanka, who was actually, I think it was the batsman who got their runs, wasn't he?
Okay.
Let's just double check that. I can't.
So there's still a great debate on what this end is called.
It's the Bear and Barnes end. We
Well,
know
I
that.
think it should be, but that's probably blowing our own trumpet somewhat.
Well, I know, but nothing wrong with that.
Someone's got to do it.
No one else will blow our trumpets.
Hey! Bumps. It's only been 43 seconds and we're off.
Hoorah!
Hurrah. So, isn't it lovely to see everybody in white trousers?
Yeah,
Right,
white
so-
trousers, red ball, sunshine, Saturday afternoon. Doesn't get any better than
Well,
that.
it's not going to be very long. Anyway, so we've got a mid-off, a short extra cover, a deep cover, I guess, a backward point and a slip. We've got a catching mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket, 45 on the 1, and a mid-on. And here he comes, right arm, leg is...
That was a lot of
You think
air
it's
in that.
leg-
He's taken
yeah.
that right over Wills's eye line, which is good spinning.
Will
I
needs
don't know,
to...
was it leg is? Let's just have
I
another
don't know,
look.
'cause
Have a
it-
look at this ball.
It's just the flight at the...
It's difficult to say. Mystery bowler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No, that's
interesting.
okay. It's a good bit of keeping. So that's probably one off camera. Will got an inside edge. Went just in front of square. He set off. George said no, which is unknown. Keeper picks up, float, hits the one stump. So there's a little warning.
Yeah,
What a glorious day. Good lunch.
that's a leg spin.
Yeah.
It's leg spin. It's leg spin. And he's giving it a rip, and he's getting it in the right place, which is always a sign with the legs. I always used to find when I was playing a leg spinner, I would expect them to bowl a loose delivery in the first over.
Yes. You'd want one or two, wouldn't you? That's in the slot. Well, what's happened to that? Has that hit the keeper and gone there?
No, I can't. I think it's just bottom edged it. 2 balls to go in this over. It's been mystery would be the way to describe this over so far, or mysterious.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a wide. That's not going to be a wide, but it's going to be 4, and it's coming towards us. It's going to come in.
Is it? No. Oh, nearly. There you go.
180. So that's 4 buys, and poor
4
keeper
buys.
is not going to be very happy about that.
Was not a great nut. Will tried to flick it off his pads, but it's a long way away. So it looks like a little bit of recovery.
Are they? Well,
So-
there's only one way to go from 0 for 4. To be fair.
Yeah, they're now 50 odd for 5, but Adam King, it looks like he's the captain and the wicket keeper and the batsman and everything.
So Listy, having been in the comms box before lunch, is now over the far side with baby Listy and a few of the team and a couple of wags thrown in for good measure and 2 dogs. They've got it all going off up there.
Alfie List, 6 overs, 4 maidens, 3 for 18. Well bowled.
Good time back 'cause he's been injured. So he'll at some stage he'll be pushing for a first team place.
Yeah, I guess so. He's a gun fielder, and boy, is he lightning across the park from a running point of view. So, yeah, he's a great kid. So, Giorgio on strike.
Yes, George is going to fancy. I'll tell you the people who aren't particularly interested in this, and that's batsmen's 4, 5, and 6, who are thinking, I hope we don't get in because there's going to be a bit of a hiding to nothing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but let's hope we don't see Loz or
Yes,
poor old.
Ollie Armstrong, who's already been, by you, prematurely possibly been awarded the TFC award.
He says he's never had a TFC. You can tell he's a youngster, can't you? I mean, how can you never have a TFC? Well, I guess he's always open the bowling. He's always had a pill in his hand, but
Yeah.
there we are.
For those of you listening who don't know what we're talking about, thanks for coming award is for given to someone who's done absolutely nothing all day.
Happened a lot to me.
And we used to say, when match fees were involved, it used to be £10 please and thank you for coming.
Yeah. TFC. Oh, can you collect the match fees as well? That was always a good.
And collecting the cones, and collecting and wind up the boundary ropes, all the
Can you make
great
sure?
jobs.
Can you do the availability for next week? And the car needs a clean. Good week, Bear.
Yeah, very good. Well, I've had 2 funerals.
Right.
The first one was a cricket-related one. The Fred Kimber, who used to be the club secretary at Headington United Cricket Club, where I started my league career properly.
Yeah.
He died. He was 95. A good knock by him. So went to the Mason's Arms. Haven't been to the Mason's
Which
Arms
Masons?
in Old Headington
Okay.
for a long time. And then the mother of some of my very good friends who I played Old Rackham hockey with. Her funeral was on Thursday. That was the late Mrs. Chippendale. So I've done 2 funerals.
Was Pete the Heat there at the?
Pete the Heat wasn't there, sadly. It was
Pete the Heat.
disappointing that Pete the Heat wasn't there. He may have been bouncing around on the castle.
I was going to say he could have taken a bounce of
Or
castle.
even, yeah, so it's been, yes. And then last night was our work sort of away day award. That's pitched outside leg stump.
And missing leg stump.
And so yes, it's been a sort of to some extent, when the people that die are 95 and 88 or whatever, so it's when people are dying of your age that this gets a little bit more disconcerting. But none of those this week, so that's good. Met some old schoolmates that I haven't seen for a long time, so that was good as well. And met some old teammates from Headington back in the day. You remember I told you the story about when Milton Blair opened the bowling and Cecil Jackson was at the other end shaking his head when I hit Milton through the covers of fall. Well, he was there, and he must be well into his 80s now, and he was still looks as though he could pick a cricket bat up and hit it through the covers.
Proper names as well.
Cecil, yes.
Cecil and Milton.
Jackson, yeah, Cecil Milton.
Yeah.
Those are the days. But so it's been quite a busy week. You? Have you been following what Rachel Reeves has been up to with interest from your business point of view?
No comment.
I think that I feel that if you were a spread betting man or woman and you had an opportunity to sell the number of days till Rachel Reeves resigns, I think I would sell immediately.
Well, there was somebody on the radio, I think it was yesterday. I think he may even be an advisor to Starmer, saying that by the end of the year she needs to go because we need somebody that knows.
She's been stitched up. Well, I mean, I think there are two parts to it in that she has made some shocking decisions, but she's also had the rug pulled from underneath her by reversals of decisions she was promised wouldn't happen. So you do. I don't feel sorry for her. Don't get me wrong.
No, please don't.
But I can understand how she'd be a bit narked.
Anyway, it'll be interesting to see how the mystery spinner from the Chapel End bowls to Giorgio.
I suspect Giorgio's going to hit him over the top before long.
He'll have a go.
Play his golf shot.
I'm certainly coming this
Chip it
way.
onto the fifth tee.
I don't know if you saw when you were telling us about your week that Willsey missed one down the leg side. The keeper looks very, very sharp.
Yeah. He's very, very sprightly, but his foot movement towards that ball wasn't great.
Now, this guy tried to shoot me earlier on with a cricket bat.
Watch our windows, please.
Mind the windows, Tino. Or Eto. Because this thing.
We've run out of batteries. We need to get our technical director to back. Our technical director is playing for the fourth today, looking to improve on his career best of 16. I said, "What's your average?" And he went 4. And I said, "So how many other times have you batted?" And he went 3. So he's got 16 and 3 noughts.
He did go to the same class as me in maths, but I generally think I listened more than he did. The only thing I know is numbers or figures.
Yeah. So he's looking to improve on his career average of 4 and his lifetime best of 16. My money's on.
Yeah, that 5.33 recurring is going to drop, isn't it?
Badger was in here briefly. He's now had to take Freddie Fowler to Copethorpe to play his game.
Did Badger set everything up?
Yes, he did, yes.
Thank you all.
Are you drinking the heat though? It's a really fancy lime and soda.
There's a really fancy lime and soda made by... Yes, with mint. I know.
Random. It's a fact for you. Did you know if you clap mint, it smells better and you get more flavour out of it?
Clap it, why, what's it done?
Because it's just really good. It just sits on a stalk.
Hang on, don't clap them until they've done something.
No, they've been really
One
good.
of my pet hates was when people clap batsmen on their way out to the wicket. My old cricket master at school, the late great Tony Pullinger, said, "Don't clap them until they've done something worth clapping them for."
You know, I noticed the other day I was playing on a Sunday and a certain young lad was bowling, and obviously Bunny is the nicest man in the world, but any time anything went down the leg side that didn't get bashed, he was like, "Yeah, well bowled." And I was thinking, but it's not well bowled, is it? And it's all right.
Yeah, but Bunny's been on one of those courses which is how to motivate those around you who are crap.
Yeah, kill people with kindness.
Bunny is a smiling assassin.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man, winning in without doubt. It's a good length ball.
It looks decent, this spinner, I have to say.
They're just putting on the dot,
he's giving it a rip. Not sure about the hat back to front. I don't think I did actually see Geoffrey Boycott bowl in the World Cup final with his cat on back to front.
I remember that too. Super player.
That's a nice late cut. That's probably going to be 4.
I don't know. There's a guy tanking.
No, it's not going to be 4. They're both running. They're both running. It's
They
going
get
to,
three.
and they
They
got
get
there. And George has gone for the 3rd.
Lovely cricket.
Yeah. Will we see Maggott without a helmet on, or does he never?
I
ever
don't
battle
know.
that?
I can't ever remember sitting.
I'd certainly have my helmet off by now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan for wearing a helmet, but I did get sconned the other Sunday. Did you hear about that?
No.
They had I forget.
Was that
who-
on or off the pitch?
Both. And they had a guy that bowled for Oxford University. He was relatively sharp. I didn't wear a lid because I thought it was a Sunday cricket. So, and I was actually feeling quite comfortable, and he's bumped me, so I've gone to hook it, missed it, and it hit me clean underneath the chin here. Took me a while. It was probably Wednesday before I could eat properly.
Did they have to ask you some poignant
No, not
general
a-
knowledge questions
not a
to make
word.
sure you hadn't any concussion
Not
issue?
one of the oppos said, "Are you okay, chap?" No one said a word. The
Which
umpires
team
don't-
was this?
I can't remember who it was now. The Bob was umpire, and there's a lady umpire as well. But they just sort of came, "Oh, are you okay?" I went, "Yeah." So I called for a lid, and then carried on. Well, yeah, somebody got hit on the lid the other day and had a sit down, didn't he, last Saturday?
Well, they asked him a few poignant questions, like what's the square root of -4, which he couldn't answer, so he was off.
Well, that's it then. Bye bye.
So, but I thought it was compulsory to ask questions that you can't possibly
No, no one
answer.
said a word. I shouted for my lid because I accused them of wanting to play Test cricket and just knuckled down. It did hurt though, Bear, a lot.
It would do.
That's good cricket.
Yes, they're doing this nicely at the moment. 17 for naught.
4.
Maggott is on 5 not, just about to go to 6 not out. Giorgio is on 8 not out. 1 ball left of this over. Really, we don't need to look too closely at the number of overs
I
left.
wonder how
But
long do you think they stick with the spinners before
you
they
may
try
be
something
interested
else?
to know that the required run rate is 0.9 runs an over.
Well, I reckon we're in the. I think we're a good bet at the minute. Right, Buckingham are now 76 for 6. Like you said earlier, it's not a great wicket, but it looks like we've
That's
got.
the end of Zulfi Butt's over. He's bowled 3 overs, 0 for 14. Madis Sanka, 2 overs, 2 maidens, 0 for 0.
Frankie Crouch with 5 catches.
I hope you're listening, Uncle of Frankie Crouch.
I know you're listening, Frankie Crouch. You got an earpiece in when he's keeping wicket.
6 catches. That's fantastic.
5.
5 catches.
Frankie's
5 catches for Frankie Crouch. Yeah,
It's easy though, isn't it? Just snick them off and just
Yeah.
stand there and
yeah.
then big gauntlets he's got on. Beautiful. Do we know what's going on around the rest of the home counties?
Yeah, but it's very risky to do anything with all of Matt's stuff without him here.
I'll have a look on here then.
That's a slap from George. A slapperoonie from George Abuji.
From George Clooney. Right, let's see what we can find. George has lent into that.
Phil did.
Stopped, he- So, I guess this is after lunch. Finch Hampstead 125 for 3 from 34 at Banbury. Brickhill were 124 for 3 from 33, very similar score, against High Wide Combi at Great Brickhill. Henley are 102 for 5 from 30 at Rowant. Sorry,
Ooh.
against Rowant, they're at home.
Wow.
Obviously, we know what's going on here. And Harefield are 96 for 4 from their 37 overs away at Wargrave. So, a reverse
That's
sweep.
a reverse sweep.
Beautiful.
Nobody move. He's reverse swept. And it's a lovely shot from Giorgio.
To be fair, he made his mind up early, but
We
waited.
love the reverse sweep. He's very pleased with that shot. It's a beautiful shot from George.
He just waited, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bounced up for him nicely, but
Very
it's
good.
interesting in listening to 1 or 2 of the experts in the week after, obviously, what a brilliant Test match victory it was. About Duckett was a very good hockey player. So as soon as
Yeah.
they said that, obviously, first
Yeah.
thing that sprang to my mind was you, not Jonty Rhodes. But it's interesting, obviously, with George being such a brilliant rackets player as well, that
Freddie Bear plays hockey as
and
well.
he plays a reverse sweep.
Yeah, because you have to play hockey, in case you don't know, viewer.
Right-handed,
You have to
don't
play
you?
hockey right-handed.
I think it's a stupid bloody sport. I got a hockey stick out yesterday. I was messing about in the garden, and you hit a hard ball with it, and it just
Oh, yeah.
vibrates your body. It's like going to see a chiropractor. Right, it's in the slot. We'll just push
That's
it
the.
in.
We could have got a one
Yeah, I
there.
think so, but
Yeah.
maybe George has had too much of
Well,
his
no,
own
but George normally drives the running between these two.
Ah,
If George
okay.
wants it, then they go for it.
But also, we thought George was silly, but what? Last ball of the over. You stop there, Will. The wind's with. Now, you obviously watched the Test match.
Yes.
India wicket-keeper batsman,
Yes.
quite a character,
Yes.
slightly mad in the head,
Yes.
left-handed,
Yes.
is an Indian version of George Sandbach,
Yeah, he is. He is nuts.
isn't he?
He doesn't half play though.
Cool. I think George should be called Roy
This
Shank.
fall over ramp they've all started to play. What a shot that is.
Mad, isn't it? It is mad. But what a brilliant test match.
Is that 6 overs down, 23 for naught?
Isn't it a brilliant, was it a brilliant
it
test
was a
match?
brilliant test match. And so, because one of my schoolmates, when the toss was won by Stokes and he inserted,
Yeah.
they sent me a message saying, "What on earth are you doing?" They were on about 150 for 2 at the time.
Oh my, they were
And I said, it's pretty clear. They are so confident. They feel they can chase anything down on the last day of the test.
Yeah.
Anyway, after the victory, I waited a day, and then a message came through saying, "And that's why you were the captain and I wasn't."
Yeah, there you are. But weren't they 300 and something for 3? They lost the last 6 wickets for 71.
The day 4 was the killer for them, because they could have just scored decent quick runs and put the game beyond England. England had to score 450, they wouldn't have done it.
No.
Even that's slog swept, and it's going to be 1 bounce for 4.
That's what he's waiting for, isn't it?
Yeah, umpire's just checking. I think that's Martin, the umpire, who I used to play with back in the day. Used to play for Banbury 20, good player. Slog sweep from George, very controlled, played with the spin, 4 runs. He moves on to 18. He's clearly looking for an afternoon doing up his new house with a lovely L. Apparently they have many spinners in this team, so I guess they'll work on the basis that as soon as someone starts to go, then they'll take him off and put another one on. Anyway, 27 for naught.
No, Will. So Willsy turns 32 on on Monday.
Blimey.
So
He seems to have been around. How old was he when he was captain?
I don't know. They made him captain when he was in New Zealand, which is a bit mad. But the club was going through a bit of a funny old time, really. But
But he must have been very young,
yeah, he was. Yeah,
because there've been 3 captains since then.
yeah. Well, George has done it. George Cockles Warnes. I'm sure
Yeah.
there might have even been somebody in between. Anyway, but yeah. So he's moving into his 28th year at Oxford Downs. He first came down, he was 4, and has probably been playing cricket with George for 26 of those.
Yeah, I guess Freddie's probably on his 18th year at Oxford Downs as well. He's 22.
Yeah.
I was in the nets with him when he was able to crawl in.
He first taken the batsman when he was 14, didn't he?
Yeah, he played in the league game here. And Graham Charles, I think this was before he played in the first team. And Graham Charlesworth was bowling at him I think he was 13 then. And he played when he was 12. I played with him when he was 12 for the 3rd 11.
Is that when your trousers fell down? Away at
No, that
Banbury?
wasn't
Me and Gus played in that. didn't
And Mark Collins, who doesn't know the LBW law,
No,
gave me out LBW,
No, well,
and that
clearly not out
ruined,
then.
ruined the game. And then I do seem to remember, inexplicably, you were captain. Not, it wasn't inexplicable you were captain, but you brought me on to bowl, and I somehow got 2 wickets bowling the filthiest off spin you've
Was
ever
that away
seen.
at Banbury?
It was in that terrible little ground in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, because I got a feeling somebody else was actually captain, and somebody had to get hold of it.
Yeah,
We ended up winning the game. We shouldn't have.
and it was very dark.
Yes, it was.
And the batsman got really annoyed with their umpire for staying on, if you remember. So he was too dark. He got absolute. And actually, it was their umpire who told them to grow up and get on with it.
Brilliant. We should never have won that.
But Mark Collins, I said to Mark, just as a matter of interest, could you tell me how I was at LBW Saturday? No, I don't know the law.
Brilliant.
I said, but you gave me out.
Shot, Willsy.
That's
only for
beautiful
one,
shot. No, I think that's 4.
You reckon?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
good
4
shot.
runs. That's a beautiful shot. Nobody moved.
That's the shot he's been
Forcing shot off the back foot. Deep extra cover. Tried to get there, but never got anywhere near
That's
it.
the shot he's been playing since he was 4, because he wasn't big enough to hit the ball off the square, so everything's...
Yeah, no, that was a good shot from Magsy Wagsy.
Magsy Wagsy?
Yeah, Magsy Wagsy. He's moved on to 9.
Magsy
George is on 18, 31 for naught.
Good timing, that.
Run rate required gone down to 0.8 runs and over.
Very loose first ball, that wasn't
Yep,
short
that was
wide outside.
What I've sometimes called a pie.
Yeah. That's a better Jaffa, but then that hasn't
Yes.
bounced at all. But
He's skiddy, he's got his low skiddy action. Interesting that they've given up on the spin and that end very quickly. So I was explaining to Listy earlier today that Stoke Green Golf Club's been bought and shut.
yes, yeah,
And I was explaining about layer cake and Goldfinger, all the usual stuff you talk about when you talk
Yeah.
about Stoke Bogus. But this is quite close to that.
shot.
Slapped.
Did you ever play golf there?
Yes, many times. The first time I played golf there was at a golf competition, a pro-am thing, and they made everyone who wasn't the pro play a practice shot so they could make sure that you had a decent swing.
And I got invited and played in the England Cricket PCA day there, just
Nice.
before the boys went on tour, and every single one of the players was there.
Yeah.
I ended up playing with Devon Malcolm, who hit the ball 2 balls off every D, both into separate postcodes, but what a character.
Yeah, it seems like a lovely guy.
honestly.
And did you ask him about the South African nineper?
Yeah, but he said that's what everybody asked me. So me and him, there was a guy that got a buggy, and he's adamant he wanted to go round with Devon Malcolm, and puts his bag on, and after about 5 holes, Dev coming in, God, he's boring. So I just walked around, but he was a real character. Lovely bloke, didn't really want to talk about cricket. I saw Graham Swan in the car park.
Swanee.
And I said, a few years ago, so the kids were young, right? So I said, look, because it's a sort of family day, because they have wives and kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said, what's the crack about me getting autographs for my boys because they're obsessed with cricket?
Yeah.
He said to me, well, you go and ask any of them, and if they don't, call them up and then come and find me, and I'll make sure they do. And they were all absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
It was great. Apart from Jonathan Trotter found out as a Tottenham fan, and he was wearing a Tottenham top. And the only one who was a bit edgy was Straussy. He was a bit standoffish, but the rest of them were just delightful.
That's a nice looking shot.
But it was the big sponsors day, so obviously they need to be quite polite to the people that are pumping the money or a lot of money into the thing. But yeah, a shame 'cause it's a lovely golf course as well.
He's a nice guy, Straussy, actually. I don't know whether perhaps his wife was poorly at the time, I don't know.
No, way before then, but it's only everybody else was just completely all over it.
Yeah, I saw it, you may not have seen it, but an interesting programme on Sky about the black England cricketers, the pioneers, you know, the
yes.
Roland Butchers,
Yes.
Devon Malcolms, Mark Butcher, all that lot. It's a great programme.
Yeah.
Really good programme.
Another change of bowler. Another spin of bowler.
I'm thinking it's going to be spin. No, but the keeper's standing back.
What is it? Funny little 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah,
from the
that's,
mark.
that's obviously where the delivery happens.
Yeah, the
So
stride.
who's come off then? We're going to get the scoreboard changed in a second. Zulfi Butt is going to be taken off. He's bowled 4 overs, 0 for 18. Farron Natif has bowled 1 at the other end, 0 for 6. And this is, we're going to find out any second now when Hells Bells presses the button. So when's the next Lions game?
I think there's probably one on Wednesday. The Dirt Trackers, and they will be out midweek, and then there'll be another Saturday, Wednesday, and then 3. That's in the slot. George has pushed that in the mid on. Well picked up. Never going to be a run out. Yeah.
So this is Ishak. Ishak has bowled 1 over for 1 ball for 1 run. Yes.
What is it? We're just in
Run rate down to 0.7 runs an over.
I think certainly will probably be happy with this pace of bowling, I think.
Yeah. Bit of swing there. Definitely swinging away. So he's got himself 1 slip, 1 gully, square cover, short extra on the half drive, mid off, mid on, backward square leg.
He's moved about 4 times already.
Yeah, a mid wicket. We have no bird man and no time leg.
So, did you hear the clip that was put in our group about the Home Counties podcast, and they were saying about how rogue our live coverage was? Well, I've only heard one. What was the bad one? Was that actually on that podcast? Oh no. So it looked like they were doing a home counties podcast at the start of the season, and they were talking about all the teams. Whoever was on, I don't know, captain of somebody, and he said about Oxford Downs, showed their worth, came in and was really quite surprised at the cricket we were playing, and then he said, but they've got the roguest live thing, and the guy that obviously hosts it said, well, I've invited myself down when Wickham playing, and he said, I think they're the best broadcast in the country.
No, I think we will welcome, unfortunately, to be right at the end of the season on our awards night. Because it's the last game of the season. It would be nice to think that we hang on to our coattails and be a championship beside it. But I would think, obviously, our top players.
The team maybe getting anywhere near them, so see how that goes. But and then the guy that was being interviewed said, it's a bit, Will's here. He's in, was that out? When he dropped it. But he said he quite likes it, but he doesn't like being told that he's rubbish or something after sneaking off. And I thought, well, I don't think we've ever said anything bad about the opposition. So,
No, we never
he said
criticised.
he did say it in sort of tongue-in-cheek way, but
I think you can sometimes say that wasn't a very good shot.
No.
I mean, that's normally it's just a fact.
yeah. Well, it's like the guy that I was listening to on the way down, and talks to her about the mid-off, and the guy slaps you straight down. And that's just silly cricket in any way.
We're not vindictive. We are, obviously, I am slightly partisan, I can't help that. But we're trying to be objective.
We are funny. Me or
Is that Barnes or me? Well, perhaps I'm moving back.
and my number 2. You got number 4 on, and I'm normally 4, so turn that off. Okay, because I've got the screen protected on mine. It's one late, isn't it?
Barnes, for instance. So how does Barnes sound now? It's still dreadful.
No, do I? What, just in general, or? It'll be over by the time we found some battery.
I think it's not much now. I'll see if I can work out how to get into the back door.
Well, there's only one battery in there, but he did say to me that I was in charge today of anything technical. He said I should be playing the course and he should be here, but I completely disagree. But I think he might be a better cricketer than I am a technical man. So do we... Is that me, Binty, or is that Bear as well? Shot. That's a hell of a shot. He's timed the... About 20 minutes.
So it's forward.
He timed the pants. That went like a shell, didn't it? ice cream, broccoli. So 45th zip, Wilby moves on to 16, George is 20 knots. Steady away. Really steady away. We could be done and wrapped up and finished by 3 o'clock. They'll all be pickled by 5. There's a few out in Whitby tonight celebrating Wilby and Warren's birthday later on. Could be very dangerous. Not cricket tonight, thankfully. Probably one, but the right call. It's funny, isn't it? Because both these two are good timers of the cricket ball, but there's been a few wins already, so the wicket must be doing well.
It's quite good, isn't it? It's quite good.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like Buckingham are first team at 84 for 8 from the first 20 overs, so we can get those wrapped up quickly. Could end up being a similar score to it is here. Oh, Wilson tried it again. It's completely ugly what happened.
Oh, this is reminiscent of the game we did in the country of Wargate, where Wilson had a chance of 100, but it was really 100 to about 5 or 6. So he has this ability to put fields well somewhere.
You know,
So we need batteries for...
volume is too low, too high. Oh. Is that on both of them? Can you push that gate up? I think it should be do with that. So to do with that.
But also I need batteries, all 4 batteries we need. Can you see if we have...
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not on it at all then.
Right, let me say something. Testing, 1, 2, 3. So I need batteries in stock anywhere. We need some double A. Hello. Can someone just message in and say any better? Has come straight at us, and it's 6. Missed me. Yes, please. We need 4 double A's.
Maybe I just have to interview you there on here.
I don't, is it? Ooh.
That's bugger.
That's not. That's finished well.
Right, Sando's in a hurry. He moves on to 32. 53 for 9 overs. Right in the slot. The guy wasn't even looking. So George has rocked onto the back foot and hit it square. He's hooked it, and then they've had to shout at the fielder that I don't know, he's chucking bread at helicopters.
Mine's definitely working.
I think yours is the one that's giving the crackles.
Hello. Can somebody tell me?
Listy, have you got any AA batteries?
Well, tell me if that is sounding better for me, because from our end, I'm getting full clear.
But I think
All those, why is that?
when
Red, and then
I don't know when Hannah. That's a lovely cricket shot. Hannah's gone looking, but earlier on,
Oh, the microphone box.
there's nothing in now. Look, there's nothing in this box, buddy. Just one battery. Sadly.
Use them. How does that sound? You want me to do 2 in each?
Well, I'm okay on this. This one seems alright because when Hannah was here, it came through. This one came through okay. But I think Matt said a while ago that when they go crackly, it's a sign that the batteries are going.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, you said on that other one. So we need. Anyway, we just have to go off of this, won't we? So, should that be 10 overs now, Bear? Is it 10 overs on there? It's 11 overs on there, but only 9 on the score box. So it's 54 for naught. George Sandbach moves on to 33. Will Watts 17 not. The guy's coming in from the chapel end. Georgie takes 2 steps with the grit, and I think he's going to try and give us some catching practice, and one of them catches it. George must be thinking, hang on a minute, that's not fair.
Maggot has this ability to make fielders drop catches.
Pressure. In well, it's a shame, Giorgio, but that's so there's 2 or 3 leading edges now. That's 3, and some inside edges. The wicket is clearly not easy. If we've skittled the Oppo for 90 something. So here comes the incredibly
Good looking Luke Maslin.
it's old Bish. He's out for the 10th time, double digit.
Yeah, extraordinary work ethic.
Here comes Hannah and Listy. I don't know if they got batteries or not, but I love the way as soon as anything goes wrong in the comms box, Hannah either texts me or turns up.
Yes.
Just
As if by magic.
as if by magic. Right, what have we got? They're looking promising. I think you should be the new current producer. Because every time Hannah, there's something wrong, Hannah texts me and goes, Barnsley, your mic's off, or Barnsley, you just sworn again. Thank you. Let's try those. Okay, brilliant. Right. So, Hannah, we'll, can you have a listen then? I think I prefer this like this. I feel like I'm more important.
Oh, that looks good. I've got a red light now. So
Who said that?
I've now put new batteries in, and I have a red light. That is a promising sign.
You don't want to
Am
put on
I
a red
coming
light.
across loud and clear, please?
By all accounts, Bet, according to our fans, Hannah's dad,
Right.
you are the problem.
Right, can I have the other control? I'll put the your
Well, this
batteries
one, if
in
this
for
one's
you.
working all right, I'm all right on this.
Yeah, but you might as well put them in the other one.
Go on then. Say something, Bet.
Hello, this is Bear, and am I live now?
And how Barnes coming across?
Thank goodness. Do you know what? I do feel sorry for you, listener, not being able to listen to me for all that time. Unfortunately, because Barnes is sitting next to me, he had to put up with me, even though I wasn't coming across to you lot. Anyway,
Thanks, Hannah.
I'm back now. So just to recap, just in case you weren't fully aware of what's happened, Maggot has hit the ball in the air 3 times and been dropped 3 times. George has hit the ball in the air once and been caught, and he's now gone.
Twice. Willoughby spewing.
So Will has the effect on fielders to make them drop him. He makes them drop him. And anyway, so he's still there. He's on 17 not out. Incredibly good looking Luke Maslin's on 0 not out.
So I
And it's
changed
54
batteries.
for 1.
Sorry, mate, I've changed the batteries in the other one. But I quite enjoy using this. There's a lovely shot through to mid-off, picks up to throw. Will they back it up? Just about.
Let's make sure that those don't get recycled into the box.
Yes, that's a good point. You make a good point. Right. So we're back up and running.
Yes. We're
I
back
didn't
at-
realise that this has got a number 1 on the bottom, so we know what channel to put it on.
Yeah, there it is.
I know-
Talking well.
I'm not on channel 4,
I
right?
do like the look of the ones that have the sort of the one that stops the wind from getting in around the edge, and also they don't hear your heavy breathing. You just put it in when you're going to say something important.
Well played. Well, it's quite funny because the old BBC boys or Sky, they've got the old-fashioned mics, haven't they? With it
yeah.
there, and then they put them down on.
I like that. That's the ones we need to get. They cost about £1,000 each.
What are they?
Yeah, they're really expensive.
That's
£1,000 each. Yeah.
Wow, if anybody wants to nick some and put them on Vinted, we'll have them cheap.
Exactly.
Anyway, I didn't say that. 55 for 1 from 11.
So we've got a slip, a gully, short extra, square cover, mid off, mid on.
Got a backward point
Yeah.
there. Oh, that's
Another fish.
No, not
That's the
wide.
end of that over. 12 overs gone. 82 to go. $55 for 1. Runs required 42.
They're very quiet in the field, Bear. You'd have thought they'd be trying to get some energy into them somewhere.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're a nice bunch of guys, actually.
Yes, they are.
And I just wonder whether they're finding this step up a bigger step than they were anticipating.
Yeah, maybe. It is a big step. What is going on with the rest of the stuff around the world? So, Buckingham are now 90 for 9. Beans has got 6.
6? I thought it was 5. He's got another one.
No, he's got another one.
Blimey.
James Gear is in. I heard you talking about him
Yes,
earlier.
we did. Geary. Good man.
Oh,
That's
hello.
a big
Just
shot.
picked that was Hoyts for 6. Oh, crowd catch, and
Oh.
he spilt it.
Oh, no, it's been dropped in the crowd.
1,000
That's
quid.
a big 6 from the incredibly good-looking Luke Maslin.
So that was right in the slot. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the best-looking guy in the club, apart from me and Bear, has just really whacked it over cow
Yeah,
corner.
He smacked it.
It's now a good. One of their guys has stood up to catch it and has shelled it. So it's just cost him £1,000. That's saying, oh,
That's
that's
bold,
an
him.
absolute jaffer.
That's an arm ball. That was a non-spinning off-spinner.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
The
done
person who's
something.
going to be most cranky about that is Freddie Bear, who's now got to come out and bat.
Unless he's chucked in a bit of a.
So he's dispatched him for a brutal 6 over cow corner, and then he's bowled what looked like an unplayable delivery. Clip top of off, pitch middle and leg.
Amazing.
Extraordinary delivery.
It almost like Shane Warne-esque,
It was.
isn't it?
It was a lovely delivery.
Well, there's a difference between bowling a length and bowling in a hawfully. So here comes the hot stepper. Last year's home count is Premier League top scorer of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Son of the legend. Well, you're the dad of the legend. I'm not really.
So
He's not old
being
enough.
Katie Bear, obviously.
He's not old enough to be a legend, obviously, but he has got a car.
He's got a car and he can drive it.
That's amazing. Here we go. So the old boys are back together.
Yep.
The old partners.
So, hiding to nothing time. 36 to win. Just be professional.
Well, if he gets 20 of them, then he's done his job, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he could do with a red ink bear. That would be quite nice for him, wouldn't it?
It's getting his average going in the right direction.
Yeah, well, like I said before, it's so tough when you have the best season of your life to. And he hasn't
Also,
done
when you're playing against good players, they look to target the ones they need to get out.
Yeah. But do you think? I don't think that bothers Fred though. He's so laid back about
Yeah,
it. It's
no,
not like
yeah.
if they got stuck into him,
Yeah.
he's not going to take any notice or let it trouble him, is he?
So it's going round, so we need split screens. Barnes, you want to go and help on the screens?
Yeah, I'm more than happy. I'm probably a bit stronger than I was when I did that a few years ago. But thanks.
That still makes me giggle just
Oh.
thinking about it.
Just brilliant. It's not the fact that I broke my leg in 4 places. It's the fact that you completely lost it, and we had an Aggers and Johners moment.
It was just
over
a sign of your arse disappearing into the side screen.
It's a decent one.
I'll, if I close my eyes now, I can still see it.
The thing for me, when I listen to that, it's the crack of the thing busting, and then within
And
about,
then you went, ooh!
and then you losing it completely. It was just brilliant. Anyway, back to the cricket. Oh dear, hello. It's doing all
Down the leg
sorts.
side.
Doing all
Time
sorts.
to focus, everybody. We don't want Ollie Armstrong losing his TFC award.
No, we certainly don't. Otherwise, fines could be a bit difficult. Well played, Fred. Just nicely pushed into mid on, and a single, easy. Right, quick
mark
whiz
with the
round
one.
the grounds, Bear, if you want. Finch Hampstead are 156 for 3 away at Banbury off 43 overs. Great Bricker are 157 for 4 off 42 overs. Very tight games, those two. Against High Wycombe. Henley are 120 for 6 versus Rowan at home. We know what's going on here. And Harefield are 134 for 6 off 48 at Wargrave. So not an easy wicket. That's a nicely timed
Yeah, it's
shot.
pulled that for 4. Nobody move. Long hop, leg stump, bat swing, 4. Next ball, please.
Didn't get up, did it? So
No,
it's a
he
bit
watched
like
it well.
George's reverse sweep.
Good footwork meant he was in the right position to adjust, which is important.
Well,
Back and across.
Well, his head was still, his hands and his feet
Back
were good.
and across, and a proper old-fashioned pull shot, like when we learned it in the old days when they had chalk footmarks on the
Yes.
floor.
Bump, bump,
Yeah,
done.
he did it absolutely right.
Well done. Well played. Waited on that. That was a similar ball, I think, to the one that Maz got,
Yeah.
where he just...
Yeah, Maz will be a bit cranky about that, but Maz is playing for Oxfordshire tomorrow, so he's got
Is
a
he?
car. Still showing the Stoke Green total. Oh, where is it showing the Stoke Green total?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
No, that's ours on there. Can you let us...
there. It's that one there. But we can't. We'll need Badger or someone to come in and do that.
We can just press buttons to see what happens.
No, it'll just go.
Come on,
It'll go
let's
wrong.
press buttons. Is that taking away that screen now, is it?
It's something he does up there.
Is it? There's something I like to do. Oh,
What's that click mean?
I don't know. Right, let's go back again.
Oh, no.
Don't panic.
You
Ben.
press buttons that we
Yeah,
just shouldn't
just,
press.
It's okay. There we go. Look, there's the score card. Scorecard, as they say in South Africa.
Yeah, but how do you get that one off the middle bit?
I don't know, mate. I'm just
All right.
ticking buttons, aren't
Yeah,
I? I'm trying.
Thank you very much, Stuart Bridger, for pointing that out. What's up with the scorecard? We don't know, is the answer, because we're not the current producer.
Well, if we were decent commentators, you wouldn't need to worry about it because we keep you updated. But here's the current scorecard now. I will put that on because now I'm a semi-pro IT director. Am I? No, I'm not. There you go. Did you see the way I made that fade in? Did you see
How
that?
the hell did you do that?
Well, it's just a bit of magic, mate. Can't give away my secrets, can I?
Okay.
There you go. There's our scorecard, and we are currently 66 for 2 from 13. I'll just get rid of that, ladies and gentlemen, as the bowler comes in. Look at that for timing.
It flicked his pad.
I don't know. There's lots of jibber jabber going on. Not out. They were quite keen.
The umpire's just indicated it flicked his pad. I think that was a pad flicky sort of sound.
Why is
Freddie's.
that on there then? But it's
What?
not on here.
It's because there's a delay.
Oh, is there? Okay, so I'm really sorry, but looks like their score is on there. We don't know how to get it off, but I can keep.
It's on the bottom left-hand bit. It's got Watson Smith, so that's okay. We'll just forget about the total. We'll keep telling you what the total is.
Yeah, it probably comes from that's supplied by another platform, I think. There. Anyway, there we go.
Good, excellent. So
Keep an eye on the
Oxford
messages.
Downs are 66 for 2. We need 31 runs to win off 80.3 overs, which is a run rate of 0.4 runs an over. And I think
So Duckworth Lewis, are we ahead?
if we are sitting here with 0.4 runs needed to win off the last over of the day, Barnes and I would have turned into fossils.
Or even more so. Pushed into backward point.
But at least people can hear us now, which is something.
So, Buckingham first team are all out for 91.
Ah.
So hopefully the twos will.
And who got the wickets then? Just go through the wicket takers.
Bear with. Shot Fred.
Clipped a deep backward square leg for 1. Freddie goes on to 2. Maggott is on 21, 67 for 2. 30 required to win.
So the bowling figures: Gussie 2 for 17, Alfie 3 for 18, Harry Wren 3 for 31, Wazim Mahmood got 1 for 19, and Sam Herbert bowled 1 ball, 1 wicket. Thanks for coming.
Freddie looks injured.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Has he managed to injure himself?
Is he?
Yeah, he's bent. There's something wrong.
Pain, you think?
Yeah.
He's looking like knee.
But was that one of the? Do you think he fell over keeping or
No,
something?
I don't know. Look, he's suspending his knee now. That's a lovely little
That's
paddle.
tickled. There's one person
down
down
here.
here through our little window. One run to deep fine leg. Freddie hobbles through and he's not looking particularly good.
Maybe just tweaked it.
That's
or
the end of
whacked it
that
with a
over.
bat.
68 for 2. 29 runs to win. 80 overs remaining. And a beautiful, serene summer's day. The sky is blue. Cricketers are wearing whites. The ball is red.
Nothing in this game for 2 in the bed.
No,
No, it's not that TV
Bus
show.
fare home.
Look what you could have won.
BFH.
Shout would catch it again as he drills it into the floor. It's down the leg sides, missed by Will. It's quite wide. No wide.
Yeah,
gill.
an exasperated look towards the heavens.
Exasperated. That's
Exasperated.
a good word. You should be the next judge on Strictly. A lovely looking cricket shot for one.
Always just to check out Freddie's injured knees on the cricket
Yeah,
single.
it's quite funny 'cause he didn't just take off straight away, maybe to see whether or not the bowler didn't field it. But Fred's having a bit of a bend and a.
Can't see what he's actually, when he had an opportunity to do anything to it.
No.
Must have been keeping, if anything.
It's not like he's playing expand. That's a beautiful
That's a four.
shot.
That's a lovely shot. It's absolutely massacred through the offside. Caressed, timed, nobody moved. 4 runs.
It was right up there, but he waited, didn't he? And beautiful half volley, kept his head over the top of the ball, and just timed the pants off of it through extra cover.
And the outfield is
It's quite
beautifully
tight though,
vast.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Between extras, extras a bit in, and mid off is quite wide. He's now stretching his Pat McGroin. That'll do. That'll make his knee feel a bit better.
Yeah.
That
The
is for
outfield
sure.
is so fast. Can you imagine if we have weather like this for another month, how fast this outfield's going to be?
Would you remember a few years ago? It was literally like dust everywhere, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Everywhere. It's always remarkable how it comes back. You know, that's probably a miss for Fred, and whether or not that's his knee hurting when he's going for that sweep. But yeah, wasn't it remarkable how all the cricket pitches or rugby pitches or whatever golf courses a few years ago just all the grass comes back to life? It's mad, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of golf courses are struggling at the minute. There's not enough water about. And it's going to get hot, isn't it?
Yeah, we're in for another heat wave. That's definitely true.
We used to have them, though, in the good old days as well. You know, it's not just now, Bear, because you don't recycle your yoghurt pots. But it's worth taxing us a lot about it, though, isn't it?
Look, it's
Nonsense.
it's you need
Nonsense.
a PhD in rubbish disposal to actually get everything in the. I got told off the other day for putting crisps in the recycling because apparently crisps aren't recycled. Crisp packets aren't recyclable.
Okay.
So that's not. I mean, it's just too complicated.
Just nonsense. It's
Too
all,
complicated for me.
I think if we put less than 0.8% into the... did you know there's only one ozone layer? It's not just one over Great Britain. Did you know that? It's only one ozone layer in the
Why
world.
is it so thin in Australia? Because in Australia, I know that they have to zinc up, otherwise they do get really badly
Because
burned.
they're closer to the sun.
See, I have an eminent client who is actually a rocket scientist, but he did a full paper on the true source of carbon monoxide going, and it was shipping. Because apparently carbon monoxide sits in a saturated solution about 10 feet down in the sea.
So it gets
So
stirred up,
every
does
single
it?
time a ship goes over it, it churns it all up and it goes straight up.
Blimey.
And he sent this article off, and it got hushed up because obviously the shipping industry doesn't particularly want shipping to be stopped.
Well, no, it's dear enough as it is. The thing that gets me, because of the ozone layer, we put less than 0.8% up there allegedly, and yet we got all these nutcases that glue themselves to a road. Go to China and do it. You know, go to Pakistan, go to Russia, because I think we do our fair bit, don't you?
I think we try really hard.
Yeah,
I
we do, but we're
think we
taxed
try.
to death on it. It's a lovely little paddle for the zip.
Just
we
don't-
do our
don't be
bit.
impatient. I think we're feeling that Will's a little bit impatient at the moment. You know, I think, look, it's complicated. I'd be more worried about the wars that are going on and global warming at the moment.
Yeah, no, I get that, but we are taxed to death.
That's a great shot. That's one to deep extra cover.
Our cost of living is high, and a lot of it is down to all the. I remember years ago, when I was running a business in Croydon, right, with sales and distribution business. I'm going back nearly 15 years. I had to pay Croydon Council £7,000 to fill in a form to tell them how much cardboard we were going to get rid of before we got charged on that. I mean, it's just madness.
It is madness.
Oh, never mind. Come on, Fred. Oh, look at that. It's proper Sunday cricket.
Why are they giving them a single when we need 0.3 runs and over?
Don't know. Good old boys.
I don't understand. I don't understand it. Surely, everyone's got to be up. You've got to be attacking. You've got to try and get wickets. You're going to give good players an opportunity to get 2 singles and over. We're going to win this game with 40 overs to spare.
Well, hopefully it might get Fred back in a bit of nick.
Yeah. What do you think, Ted? What's the point of having a long off when we need 0.3 runs and over?
Start again.
Why do we need a long off when we've got 0.3 runs per over to win?
It does beg the question, doesn't it?
It's a bit odd. I mean, players will view this in different ways. They'll view it in, let's smash it off and humiliate and get it as quick, done as quick. And there'll be others who will be thinking, let's just make sure we win by lots of wickets with lots of overs to spare.
I prefer the latter.
Yeah.
Cricket's a funny game, all things could happen.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not over yet.
It's not over until the fat
Till
girl
I sing.
No, Bear.
Not over till I sing. Warm enough out there for you, Ted? Yes. Is it sizzling hot in the Cosford corner?
It certainly is warm.
Yes.
It was some 40 degrees, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody global warming.
See you in a bit.
Oh, hello.
Goodbye.
What have I just done there? Oh, that's okay. Right. Do you want to put the score up for them like you learnt how to do?
Yeah. You've got to push and a shove and a shove and a push, haven't you? Push that up there. In she comes, fades in. So
Wills is 24 not out. George Sandbach batted very nicely with a couple of excellent time shots of 33. Luke Maslin hit 1 ball for 6, missed the next one off stump. And Freddie Smith is 7 not. It's basically in cruise control, isn't it? It's almost like a net.
Well, yeah. 75 for 2. 22 runs to win. 77.4 overs to go.
Sounded good.
His eyes lit up there. It was short, but it's the faster one, and it was just pushed through a little bit.
sounded nice, good shot. No chance of a run out with these two, I would have thought.
I think Freddie's knee's all right.
Yeah, that seems to be okay. If he, don't think he would have taken that on if he had been injured properly. Mind you, he's limping now. I suppose that's autopilot clicks in.
Yeah, I
doesn't it?
guess so. Yeah, good shot. We'll have one there, and then he's now he's now regretting
He's
it.
now remembering that he's got a sore knee. Anyway, that's the end of the over. 76 for 2, 20 runs to win, 21 runs to win. 77 overs to go. Current run rate 4.5. Required run rate 0.3. You would say at this stage it's an incredibly good game to lose.
Do you reckon that the bookmakers have paid out already?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Loz is sunbathing. He'll end up. All the boys are pretty well chillaxed over there.
Yeah.
This is Eto topping up a tan. They're all out there. Look at them.
Yeah.
Warns. They're having a balmy day. It's probably a good day, good time that it might finish quickly. Otherwise, there could be a few sunburnt people about. Now, Bear, look through the left, right. Sam Herbert has put a bench there.
Yes, I know.
Very close to the playing area.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Somebody needs to move that. I did point that out, but that's in the slot. It's
Let's hit
beautifully
that to
timed.
deep extra cover for 1.
In she comes.
Yes, no, it's... Oh, runs, and he's got a bonus run there.
Buzzards.
They could get another one
We
if
might
they
get
keep
another
running.
one. Wills is
Maggot
halfway back.
fancies it.
They probably could have done.
You get the impression that they've switched off a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's kind of understandable, but you've got to keep your
Yeah, so
drive going if you can.
score moves on to 78 for 2. Wills is on 24 knot. Freddie 10 knot. This feels a funny old field spread. This is the opening bowler back on. That's kept low. So is there any T20 on Tuesday?
Yes. What this Tuesday coming up? I don't know actually.
I take it. It must be away if there is, but I haven't seen the T. Maybe there isn't.
Bit of a Vespa coming through the horse box, but not going all the way through because we've got the back door up.
Yeah, that's all right. Take your time, boys. We're quite enjoying sitting here having a chat. We don't need this
Yes.
rushing about. Do we still get paid the same, Bear, even though we're going to be doing half the
I
hours?
think,
Well,
we're,
I
good
haven't
I
been
think,
turning
we're,
up
I
to
think we're
it.
good value for money, and that's all I know.
I wanted the boys to stretch it out till tea. It's a good shot for 1, just on the back foot. Guy comes in for backward point. Score moves on to 79. Is that the end of the over?
Freddie's
counting.
doing some superb counting at the
He is,
moment,
isn't
he
he?
has to say. Mags is going to be pointing that out to him right now.
No, I think we'll take 24 knot, to be honest, now. Get on. Get in, cut.
So we've got 26 people on. Have any of you not subscribed? Now that we're not crackling, we can ask you, and not sounding like we're in a snowstorm.
Daleks.
Yeah, Daleks in a snowstorm. So 18 to win, 76 overs to do it, and it's now down to 0.2 runs and over. That means that if you get a single, you can take the next 3 overs off, next 4 overs off, and have 4 maidens, and get onto a single in the 5th over.
Good shot. Good shot, good shot. I was half expecting Freddie to bash that over here, but
Yeah,
he
he's
played a proper
this
cricket
bowler
shot.
is saying, hit me over the top, isn't he?
Yeah, but there's no need to. Freddie just want to get in and out of there, won't he, with red ink jagged into the floor. Easy one.
Oh, he's missed
Misfield.
it. They're going to get 2 there. They're going to lose it in a minute, I think.
That's 2 more runs that Freddie's got that he shouldn't have got, isn't it?
There's been some interesting fielding in the last few minutes or so.
You're right, champ.
Cough. Yeah, a little bit of a cough.
Chesty cough.
Yeah.
The old Russian chess player. It's a lovely shot.
Oh, that's gone square.
That's
That's
timed
4 runs. That's a
beautiful.
beautiful shot. That really is. He's just opened his wrists a little bit on that and has timed it to death back with a square. Beautiful shot. We've got enough runs to play the next 10 overs of maidens now.
I dare them to do it. That would be great.
Runs to win 12.
It's 3:30. Who'd have thought you'd have ended up with a longer format red ball and be done by 2:45? And that's a beautiful
Time
shot.
that.
It's just 1 down to
Yeah, 1.
underarm throw. It literally feels like it's a village game of cricket, which I
Yeah,
guess
no.
it probably is.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty, this is a miserable situation for them to be in, to be fair.
well, the game's gone now. I
Yeah.
would say quite comfortably.
Binty wants both these batsmen to get red inkers. Agreed, Binty. Then you can go to sleep in America, happy in your knowledge that red inkers have been had. So it's 86 for 2, 11 runs to win, 75 overs to go.
Now Sando is out there. We go, wow, it's only 2 more balls and we get the job done. But I think the boys could have their first taste of the beer at 3:15 now, and having fines in a shower. Here comes Ollie, TFC. He looks like he needs a game of cricket. Oh,
Well, worth the trip down from Newcastle or Durham or wherever it
is
is.
that easy to come down
No,
to
it's
there?
Durham, I think. I don't know. Right, so we're having a bowling change here.
Yeah. Did you come down today? Huh? Did you come down for this? Down? Yeah. Were you only yesterday? Oh, no. You finished for the summer? He's finished for the summer.
Okay.
So young Ollie for his first TFC.
So we have a bowling change.
He's at uni at
Rammer Northeast coming on. He's been given the, if you win this from here, you're a god gig.
Well, there'd be a statue of him, wouldn't there? I would have thought.
Probably would. Get two triple wicket maidens and a couple of run-outs and job done.
Right, what are you doing? Moving the field around. So it looks like we're going to have a slip in a gully.
Another
Deep-
spinner.
Deep fine leg.
We've got a very, very square, deep square cover and a very, only just backward of square.
You know what's on here bad, ain't you?
Sorry?
The old reverse sweep. So fine legs
Well,
coming
he's
to...
not going to reverse sweep, he'll paddle sweep, it's on.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. So he's obviously going to be bowling off spin to Fred. Cuts the ball. Straight to got backward point. So we got a sort of wide, deep gully would be on the circle. We've got a deep cover, backward point cover, mid off, mid on, catching mid wicket, and a deep mid wicket. Nobody behind square on the leg side. In fact, nobody really from mid wicket. It's mad. That's a big old open space for Fred. He plays a lovely shot off the back foot. They're going to get two or not. Wills is keen. Yeah. Easy, so easy.
That's three bits of terrible feeling in the last 2 overs. Really, I think their concentrating's gone. Binty says 6 in a row and 1 away. Wickham will be interesting next week. Yes, we'll be there. Binty, you'll be there.
Pushed in, no run. All of a sudden, Freddie's on 20 not. Early lemonade, then all for you. Easy. Just cruising.
Freddie goes on 21, 89 for 2, 7 to win.
Go mad, Will. Right. So it's just gone from deep fine leg to sort of short third man. Now he's running across the backward point for Will. Field hasn't really changed much, Bear, is it? That's the only change. A quicker ball. No. Push that in, half empty. Half empty, sorry.
I think he must have edged that.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Thankfully.
And he was getting, the bowler was getting excited.
Yeah. Do they get an extra
Getting excited there.
Do they get an extra point for another wicket or not? I don't know.
I don't know.
They won the toss.
I don't. Oh, A equals abandoned. Thank you. Thank you, Binty, for your terminology. 5 in a row and 1 abandoned. Yeah. Yes. High Wycombe next week is going to be a reality check scenario. I think the good news is that I don't know whether Harrison Ward is. No, the big blast has finished temporarily, hasn't it?
I can't believe they mess about with that. That's the best tournament we've got. I think it's the second best T20 competition in the world. And the final's not till the 16th of September, and they're playing everything now. It just loses all
Respect
momentum.
that. It's got 1 run. Nice looking sweep shot.
Very fast, souped up, bright yellow Jag coming in. Oh, it's a Bentley.
Who's that?
Don't know. I hope he hasn't come to watch a lot of cricket. Right, Willsey, where are you going with this? Over the top? No, lets it go. He wants to bat all day, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Just
loves it. He
bat all
loves
day.
it.
It's nicely played. That will do.
6 to win.
6 to win. We're in the money, Bear.
6 to win. 73.3 overs to go. We're down to 0.1 run an over.
Me and you can get these. Oh, that's a tempter.
Bit of leg spin going on here. Tickled round the corner for 1. 92 for 2. Freddie Bear who's on 23. Maggot 25. I presume that was a dead ball. I
Yeah.
hope it was.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the best of spirits, these boys.
That turned. probably pitched outside leg stump. Yep, that's what Martin is indicating.
I think Will was going for the big hit over long on then.
I
wasn't
don't
he?
think it would have got there.
8 for 1,
That- do you
down,
put
off
the-
for 2.
Oh no, who's
17.
that?
Don't know. It says 8 for 1, but there's no scorecard up with the down stuff on it. Wazim Mahmood bowled 4th ball.
Waz! What are you thinking?
But who's coming at number 3 for the second team today?
Kurt?
Thomas Powell.
Has he really?
Yes, he has. please.
Powley's back. More madness in the club. That's what we want to
What a
see.
treat.
More madness.
What a guy. What a
Tom Powell
unbelievable
going
guy.
out with the lovely Claire Chipchase.
Oh, I met her the other day.
Yes. She works in the alumni office at St Edward School, my alma mater.
Okay. Are you worried for her dating such a bizarre man? Well played.
No,
Fred.
like I told her she was a brave girl.
He's a great kid.
He is.
Super rugby.
I do remember the video he did last year. It was very entertaining. The parody of an employee of Oxfordshire Cricket.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, boys. How do you see the game? Do you think we'd stand a chance of winning this?
This was my day today. They could have brought me in, I'd have been fine.
There's a bit of nip and tuck in here, Bish. You reckon you'd have bagged a few wickets, then, mate?
No, because costly. Go on, Bill. Yeah, well done.
That's gone. That's 4 runs. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Is
That
it?
is the end of the game. Well done, Wills and Freddie. Saw us through. That is, we have won by 8 wickets. Handshakes all round. And as I say, Maggot not out 29. Freddie Bear not out 24. That will increase his average a bit. And the bowling figures, the wicket takers were Madhusankar got 1 for 32. And Mohammed Farah Maruthi got, what did he get? 1 for 14.
Well, we
So-
like the way that they've all shook Freddie and Wills' hand. Obviously, there's no...
They're a nice bunch,
Yeah.
really nice bunch of guys, very friendly and nice bunch of guys, and just wasn't their day today. So very professional performance from Downs. Once they'd got the foot on the throat, they didn't let it slip away. Beautiful day. 72 overs of the day remaining. I'm not sure I've ever seen
Should we
that
sit in
before.
here and just pretend and commentate on the next 72 overs?
In the old days, we'd had a beer match.
Yeah, we would have done, wouldn't we? Reverse
In
the
the
batting
old
order.
days, there'd been a beer match, reverse the batting order, etc., etc. And yes, it would have.
What a remarkable performance.
Yep. Binti, you can go to bed now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for our international brigade. Thank you for people watching from Vietnam, from Australia, from Tbilisi,
Greece.
from Croatia, from Greece, from the UK, obviously. Yes, lots of people around the world tuning in, and some of you've had an elongated day and not an exciting finish, but points are what it's all about. And
Well, that's a ponking. That's a really good... I'm
Yes.
not sure it sends that much of a message, but it's a great performance, very professional. I wonder whether or not we'd have batted first if we'd have won the toss.
good
but-
performance from Eto, already changed into other
Yeah,
kit.
he knows, mate. He's already all over it. So quickly whiz round the grounds. Finch Hampstead have made their way to 204 for 4 from 52. Great Brick are 165 for 7. So Wickham have picked up some wickets there. Henley all out for 142
Wow.
in 45 overs. So Rowan will be backing themselves to get that. We've already got the 25 points, as you know. Harefield are 152 for 7 from 55. So it's 1 or 2 low-scoring games, but interesting what happens between Finch and Banbury. Wickham will back themselves to probably get those against Brick Hill, and Rowan will back themselves to get them against
And
Henley.
just a shout out, Freddie Bear's girlfriend Hannah, it's her birthday today.
Is it?
Her birthday today, and she's out going out with friends, and I hope she'll no doubt be delighted with the Freddie Bear present that he gave her, which was 24 not out. Thank you, Ranka. Congratulations to Downs. Binti, very, very good. Thank you very much. And you can all now rest and relax for the rest of the afternoon. Game over. Just to recap, Oxford Downs have won by 8 wickets with 72.4 overs to spare. Thank you, Barnes.
That, my friend, is the Tonkin.
See you very soon.
Yeah, good man.
And have a good rest of the weekend.
Well, I might go and buy you a beer.
Oh, I can't drink a beer. I've had some beers last night, and I haven't been home yet. So I need to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to come straight here. I was running out of time. The traffic in Oxford was bad, so I was planning on going home and freshening up.
Did you stop at then?
Yeah, Royal Holloway. That's where I was last night. So, yes. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We're going to go and sit in the sun for a little bit, until we get sunburnt. And
3 minutes time.
Exactly, 3 minutes time. But we're going to tune out. This has been a current producer production who's actually playing in the full. We could go and watch him.
No.
That'd be fun.
Goodbye.
Anyway, bye bye.